All right, welcome back for another episode. We are on episode 19 of the Dark Figures podcast. Before we get to our guests, we just wanted to thank everybody for coming out and welcome to the show. I am your co-host, Ryan, and this is my co-host, Robert. Say hello, Robert.
Hello, Robert.
We are back here with some special guests here from the local Reno Sparks area. I just want to give a huge shout out to all of the people who have been following, who have liked, subscribed to all the pages. Thank you guys so much for your continuing support. It helps grow the channel, and that way we can keep doing what we're doing and get to talk to some very special guests like we have here today.
And if you haven't, what are you doing with
Exactly.
your life?
No kidding. Hashtag
There's great, yeah, there's
Suck
great
It Logitech
content on here. Yeah, suck
Got to
it,
give that
Logitech.
out there.
That
So
was my bit. You're an asshole. You took my shit.
I did the hashtag. You just wanted to give the shout out.
All right. Fair enough.
But otherwise, we are here today with local band Lincoln Skinz. We want to welcome Jazz, John, Bud, and Rachel to the show.
Yes,
Welcome,
thank you,
everybody.
guys. Right on, man.
So what's been going on with Lincoln Skinz lately?
Take it over.
I mean, we've been just trying to come back from everything with COVID. We had so much stuff lined up, and we had everything just boom, boom, boom. It was all in pocket, and we were so stoked for it.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, and
Yeah.
we were like sick, so we're just going to take a break, I guess. And we just kept practicing, kept going. And then finally, once everything, I mean, in all honesty, nothing's going to go back to normal. But
Right.
what somewhat we call normal, I guess, nowadays, we're getting back in the scene.
Yeah.
We're doing shows. You know, we're trying to get back out there, because, I mean, in all honesty, we were playing like every other week.
Yeah.
Or even like back to back, you know, we were hitting it.
Right.
But like I said, COVID took us down. So, you know, we're back in the scene. We're doing what we can, trying to get shows.
Hell yeah.
Did you guys have
Coming
a
out.
tour set up or anything?
I mean, you can call it a tour, really, because
Yeah,
we were
LA.
going to go
Yeah.
there and to Oregon, so it was kind of like we did two separate trips. But I mean, in all honesty, like the way he had connects to, like in each place we were going to, we could have played multiple shows.
Yeah.
But the thing was, like I said, everyone was just kind of shutting down at that point. So we were like,
Now
right.
what?
And it's not
fuck.
just shutting down, but they were closing shop.
yeah,
Right.
like you
Just-
couldn't really even go outside at that point. Like it kind of sucked because too, I felt like we were really peaking. Like
Yeah.
we were doing the album with everything, and like just everything was fitting together, and I was like, damn, like,
Right, yeah,
this is our time.
getting
And then
good.
all of a sudden, all this shit hit literally like right after my birthday. Oh. I was like, no, dude, like no, come on, this was like our spotlight right here.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But you know, it doesn't mean we can't come back from that.
No,
you know,
no.
it's all about building up.
Right.
So I'm stoked for us. We're getting back out there. I
Nice.
mean, we got new members.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just up from here.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Damn straight. And how long ago did Lincoln Skinz start? So when did this whole project?
About 3 years.
Okay, so
it was
May 2019-ish, somewhere in that ballpark, maybe a
Yeah,
little sooner.
I mean, maybe like April.
Okay.
Because the thing was, it was weird because I grew up Bay Area, Santa Cruz, California.
Yeah.
And my family's always had like musicians and always music around.
Yeah.
So that was like my thing. So I just kind of grew up around it. I would try to get my hands on any kit I could, you know.
yeah.
But then I moved out to Reno. Some stuff happened, but I ended up coming out here, and you know, God always has a plan. So,
Right.
and that's how I see it. Like everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And I came out here, and I was at my job one day when I first moved out here, just at a random grocery store, you know, doing my thing. And the one day I decided to brag about myself and said, "Yeah, I'm a drummer, like born and raised Bay Area, you know, da 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 da."
Right.
And his girlfriend happened to be working with me right behind me.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Oh wait, like you're a drummer?" And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, "Yeah, like I've been playing drums literally like since I was 5."
Yeah.
Because my uncle played, so my mom's brother, and then my great
Were they
great
all
grandma.
drummers?
Yeah, all drummers.
Wow,
And my
that's
great
cool.
great grandma, she ran like
Me
a
too.
daycare, so she would make all of the kids pick an instrument, whether
Yeah.
they wanted to or not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So my uncle ended up picking up the drums. He always had a kit around my grandma's house.
Yeah.
So we were just always musical vibe, you know?
Right,
And I came
right.
out here, I said that, and I got his number, and I was like so nervous because like genuinely I just, you know, I grew up around it, and I played with my uncle's bands. Like he had Ribsy's Nickel back in Santa Cruz,
Okay.
and like he had another band, 3 Up Front, that he was doing. So he had like all these different bands, and I would just like sit in, jam out, do
Right,
whatever I
yep.
could to like let him know,
Yeah.
like I'm here to play, you know?
Right.
And they like always tripped out because I would just always play with older people, I guess you could say, like more mature people.
Yeah.
You know, so that was just my thing. But I ended up texting John one night, and we met up, and it was literally on from there. We literally just stuck together no matter what, and we
you guys
just
had
kept
that
building.
connection right away.
Yeah, like I felt something with John because like it was another band that we ended up getting into together, and you know some stuff ended up falling, whatever. But John was like, just stick with me, and I promise, like we'll make something out of this, you know. And I really felt it with him, and he's like family to me now, you know. And like the whole band, no matter what, is a family to me.
Right.
So it's nice to have that, and like I've always stuck with him, and you know we're just continuing to build, and that's what I think is fucking dope.
So was this the first band you got into when you came to Reno?
Yeah, genuinely, because I couldn't really find anything even when I was in high school. No one was serious about it.
Right.
So that's when I started to get into like producing, making my own stuff like that. Trying to do like the whole SoundCloud rapper thing. I got over that, so I started producing for other people.
That's cool.
But yeah, it was a fun time, and like in high school I had a chance to like, you know, get with some serious people, but ended up being shady, so I just floated, and I did my own thing, and like I said, everything has a reason behind it and a purpose.
Oh, I agree.
And
100%.
it ended up leading me to John,
Yeah,
and like I said, we're just building from there.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you didn't like post up any like Craigslist ad or like,
Nothing. No,
like
I just would practice when I could at my grandma's house, because like she had people that lived upstairs.
Right.
So she'd be like, yeah, you can practice here and
Yeah,
there,
that's
play a couple
hard.
covers,
Yeah.
da-da-da-da. But then when I'd go to my uncle's band rehearsals, I'm like, hey, can we stay after like an hour? I'd play, or I'd try to jam out with them.
Yeah.
But like I've always been surrounded by that. And then when I moved out here, I finally got the chance to really not only expand my learning from just covers and all these other random bands, and like I used to play at my church as well, so I'd have to play like super slow or like use brushes, whatever it may be, all these different techniques. But to be with John and to be able to learn fast pace, like legit, like because it's not even screamo punk.
No. Yeah, right.
It's more of like a thrash, like a rock and roll, it's that good like gritty shit, you know. And like it really taught me and expanded my drumming, like, and it made me so much better over the years. Like to say I produced an album with a legit band with people with experience, and like just it's a lot, like, and it trips me out honestly. Like it's so great to me to like I've always wanted that, you know, and I've got it, and we're just continuing to build, and it makes me so stoked because I know that big things are gonna come. I really do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, especially once everything starts opening up and you guys start getting that, you know, your dates set up again too.
Exactly. Everything's slowly expanding now, like, because honestly, like I said, you couldn't even go outside, but now we're having some gigs here and there, you know, and it kind of sucks that we'll have a gig and then there's like a 3-month gap, and like we'll try to fit into this show, whatever. But like,
but now it's
just
like
that
the
we're still
venues,
getting
though,
out
too.
there, and everything's opening up. Like we're gonna get back in the scene. I know.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And you guys have gone through a lot of transitions. I mean, you're talking about you got 2 new members sitting right behind you right now, you know, and starting out. I mean, John, you were playing bass and doing vocals at the same time, correct? When you first kind of started this group. And we've always talked about how, you know, that level of being able to do 2 things like that at once, to perform in that way. You know, it's such a, you know, I give mad props to anybody who could do more than just the one thing that they're doing, right? And so for the fact of playing bass and playing vocals now you're off of the bass.
Right.
Does that give you a little more freedom to do different things that you didn't do before?
Yeah, it does actually.
Feels a little liberating.
Yeah, it opened up the creative flow. A little bit.
Starting to do a little bit more on stage now.
Yeah, do a little dancing and all that.
Right,
All good stuff.
Doing your own choreography now?
Yeah.
He gets hyped. You already know he
In
gets
front of
hyped.
the mirror before the show.
Hell yeah. You do what you got to do, right? Get yourself ready. So, and now that things are kind of back, you know, getting back on track with music and bands are getting out there and playing, you know, do you guys have a vision for yourself with, you know, for the next year? Are you guys
like
looking
a 5-year plan?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, every band's kind of got a
That
vision.
was the worst question in high school.
Yeah.
What's your 5-year plan?
Yeah, 5-year plan.
But
You always
I mean,
heard that
as your
everywhere.
band, I mean, you guys already have some recordings going.
Yeah.
Are you looking to write another
Got
album?
another album coming?
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got about 5 songs in the pocket.
Nice.
For recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
that's
a good
what's
EP going right there.
That's what's great though, is like having these guys, especially being new, like
Right.
not only pick up the old stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, shout out to Paul.
Yeah.
Shout out to Paul. That's the man right there, okay? But the thing is, it's like we got these new people coming in, and genuinely, like, for them, musician-wise, like, to just pick up on it and get it, like, definitely the new stuff coming up. Like, we're going to be able to, whether or not it's an EP, an album, like, we'll give everyone, you know, the sneak peeks at the shows, what we're getting here and there.
Right.
But, like, there's definitely something good to come. I know it.
Yeah, does it change the writing process with when you bring in the new members and stuff like that? I mean, how's your guys' writing process? How's that go?
Hey,
they
Bud
pick it
stepped
up.
right in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah. He stepped right in.
honestly.
I mean, he heard it. He knows it in his head.
Yeah.
He stepped in and just took over.
Bud's like a Swiss Army knife.
Oh man, yeah, I'm telling you, brother.
Literally though, because
Yeah.
it's like
Survival,
he's
right?
he's
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
like he got it down, and it's like the solos. I mean, you can do. It's a solo,
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
So it's
yeah.
like he got the main everything down.
Yeah.
But it's like he's gonna be the one to do those dope ass solos when
Right.
we're out here playing shows or whether or not we're doing recording. Like I know he can come up with something good because, like I said, musician wise, for them to just come in and be able to be like,
Right, just
Boom.
locking down right away.
like when he first came and jammed with us, I was like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm fucking talking
Right,
about.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Like, yes.
Yeah, it's
And
those
it's-
connections.
And
though.
it's a
We
little
talked
bit
about that.
easier for musicians to come in rather than say like a new vocalist. Like for you to step over from just bass to doing vocals full time. It's not because like bands who go through transitions with vocalists can be like a hard thing because it's like,
Well, you
do
have
we
to-
keep playing the old stuff because they wrote it?
Yeah, it's a constant
and now you're
battle.
telling their message, and
Yeah.
are you going to get it across the same way? You know,
Right.
and that could be a whole struggle in itself. And for you guys, you were like, no, I was already doing it. Now I'm just over. You know,
right.
and now I have less I got to worry about. You know,
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's so dope though, because I mean, I like didn't even think about that, like a new vocalist. Like, oh
Yeah.
my god, that'd
Yeah,
be so
like,
hard.
it depends
Are you
on the
kidding
member
me?
who you're
because I
it's
mean,
crazy.
no matter what, yeah, they can follow it, but everyone has their own tone.
Yeah.
You know, their
Yeah.
own sound. So it's like for just
their own
even
vision, like especially
exactly.
vocalists coming in, like their own vision, and they're like, all right, we'll do the old stuff, but let's get some new stuff in here,
Yeah.
or like, hey, I'm gonna write something different over this song. that's
Yeah,
on
and
that
it's like
track.
you don't want to shoot that
Phrasing,
down.
everything's
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it changes the whole vibe of it from
That's
the
crazy.
original.
Yeah. I totally get that, man.
So what brought up? Where did you guys come up with Lincoln Skins? Where did that name come from?
So it's a cowboy term,
Okay.
and it means money.
Oh wow.
So you know, Lincoln is on a $5 bill
Right,
and all
right.
that. So a Lincoln Skins, or Lincoln Skin, was a $1 bill or a $5 bill.
No
So
like a form of money.
so
And
yeah,
that's why we
what-
got
so,
basically Emerald City
right.
in the back of the album because it's like
Oh,
you
okay,
wanna-
now
we were
you
money
know-
when
Okay,
we
yeah.
started this out. We just said
that's straight money
we're
though.
straight
Like
money.
Oh yeah, hell
come
yeah.
on, we just and two, the reason we felt that way is we all instantly clicked.
Yeah,
Like John said, he said stick with me and I promise like this will work out.
yeah.
You know, and then we ended up finding Paul and I was still skeptical, but like, throughout the years stuff happened. I was like, damn, like we really got something here, you
yeah,
know? And
once
that's
you
why I was
have
like
that
money.
connection, though, it's the
Yeah.
best stuff comes out of that.
It's just it was dope. But like I said, I feel like I'm getting that with them.
Right.
And like I always like end up putting my guard up with stuff like this because like I said, I had to play with older people.
yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, yeah, I could jam out with them, but what if they find something better than me?
Right.
Or what if they want to do something? Like, I just always been like skeptical about that, but like we all just, it's like puzzle pieces slowly
Yeah.
coming together, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And I love that. And it's rad that there's a scene out here in Reno like that because genuinely, like I said, in Santa Cruz, it's like one of those places, unfortunately, like I love it. I would live there now if I really could, but it's one of those places where you can't get out. No matter how far you go, you'll end up coming right back.
Really?
And I know a lot of people say that about Reno, but
Yeah.
like there's so many people that have had opportunities that came out of Santa Cruz
Yeah.
and end up coming right back.
Right. Right.
You know, so
right.
it's like there's not much you can really go off of besides these little garage bands.
Yeah.
And I'm just so glad that like there's you guys out here that are recognizing local bands and being able to promote that way and like giving us a chance to even talk to you guys and tell us like the story of us, you know, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how we're building even with new
Right.
people. Like I just think it's a really cool thing.
Yeah, well, that's the whole reason why we wanted to get this podcast going is because there's so much musical talent out there, and that's why we hit you guys up, man, because you guys are great, and we wanted to get
Thank you.
your guys' story on like how'd you end up getting to where you're at, and like coming to Reno, like what brought you here to Reno, and then just sticking it out and going.
I came from Los Angeles, and as soon as I got here, I started looking around for bands and stuff, and nothing ever stuck, until I
Right.
met Jazz over here.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And
dude.
so
Because, like, it was the
that's
same
when I
vibe.
knew though. But that's
Yeah.
when I knew I said I got a drummer,
yeah,
and I could build a band off of
right.
what I
Yeah,
have.
that's the foundation.
and
You
and
need
a
that
drummer.
foundation.
and I needed the drummer.
You all had the
Right.
rhythm, and
Yeah.
you were like, let's
Exactly.
roll.
That's the backbone.
We just need the
Literally.
melody and the
Yep.
He could shoot something out, Bud could shoot something out, Rachel,
Yep.
boom, and we all are just jamming. And then we're like, wait, that one chunk of that song, let's turn it into something.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, to be able to have that, and like John said, like, I never had someone that was like, let's build off this.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just so rad. And like I said, he's family to me. Like, I know we're gonna hit something. We're gonna get someone's attention. I know it's gonna happen. So many people trip out when I show them like the album cover or like our songs, and they'll be like, wait, hold on a minute. They're like, how old are the guys that are in the band with you? I'm all, okay, whoa.
First off,
I'm all, whoa. Check it out
Yeah.
real quick. They shred.
Yeah.
So you can't say
Just
fucking
listen to
shit.
the music, all right?
I'm all, literally, you can barely speak English.
Yeah.
You have no room to judge. Okay,
Hey, I met Jazz.
No.
Hey, I met Jazz.
Come on.
And she was 19, right?
Literally, we had to like sneak into shows. I ended up getting kicked out of fucking Jubs because I asked for water.
Oh,
Yep.
Jub.
So that was the time.
Yeah.
Gotta love that. Like, I mean, I've been through it with him, and we've gotten through shows, but like, now I'm older, so we cool on that.
Right, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Don't have to
everyone
worry
still
about that.
thinks I look hella young, but at least I'm of age now, so they can't say shit.
Are you
so
still
we good.
ordering the water though? I am. I'm just telling you that right
Honestly,
now.
I just bring my own now. No, I just bring my own.
No, especially as a drummer, I'm like, I need 2 or 3 waters.
I
Let's
was
get that
like
going.
mid-bite in my taco eating, and then I was like, I need some water, so I go ask.
Was
and
it a
then,
gym boy?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, right across the street.
Yeah, we were eating fat, and I was like, can I get a cup of water? And he's like, you need to step away from the bar.
Yeah, hold up.
And
now,
I was like,
water?
okay, whatever. And then he gave me the water. I'm over here
You're like,
sipping
this is fucking
mid-bite.
vodka.
And then this chick's like, hey, you gotta go outside. So I go to the smoking area. She ends up kicking me out of there. She's like, you can't get on the stage because this is a 21 and up venue until you play.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. Love that for me.
Right.
So I just like hung out outside, but like, shit, I've been through
Did
it.
they card
like,
you?
know, no. They didn't
I know.
do-
You should have just
They
said,
literally-
hey, I'm fucking 25.
I said that. I
What's
was like,
up?
I'm in the band, and they're
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. So I walked in, everything was fine.
Yeah.
But as soon as I asked for that water, someone's ass
Oh,
got
she
tickled.
was idle.
Yeah, she was
came in,
pissed.
she's
I'm
like,
telling
"Are
you,
you
she kept
serious now,
following
right
me
now?"
all night. It
Yeah.
was bad. It was bad.
Oh,
When
yeah.
you think about like this area, you know, a lot of the venues are naturally just bars every other day of the week rather than just
Right.
that kind of the splice where one side's a venue, one side's a bar. What are you fucking new over
Yeah,
here?
come on. You're just telling us to shut down our fucking. Is that my phone?
Oh, dude.
I remember my first day on the podcast.
How was that on the computer?
No, but
See, this is what happens when you fucking order shit on the Apple
that's what
fucking
happens,
store.
But going back to this, you know, the venue thing, you know, like especially like Jubs, where you know before, and I
Rest
don't
in
know
peace,
when
by
you
the way,
guys were
Jub.
playing there, was it in the brick side of the
Yeah,
bar,
the small side.
the
The
small
small
side,
side.
which was by itself a bar, you know, and so that's
You
kind
got
of
the
the
best
hardest
sound
part.
out of that side anyway. The
Well,
big
yeah.
stage was.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you go to other places that aren't like Reno, where it's a 24-hour town. You've got venues that are a little more like, oh no, you're good because this whole area is all restaurant and every other day
juice
of the
bars.
week anyway, or it's a whatever, a juice bar, yoga, Pilates. I don't know what the fuck you're doing in there. But bottom line, you don't have that. You don't have that problem in certain places. But in a town like Reno, you run into that situation because a lot of the venues every other day of the week
Yeah,
are
it was
just
a casino
bar.
town.
Yeah.
Oh,
so you
yeah.
gotta
It's a
get that
casino
anyway.
So
town.
we've been through it with that. That's what I was saying. Like, we literally, I had to, you know, just be like, hey, I was with the band, or come like hella early and
Yeah.
literally just stay inside.
Yeah.
Because like
Don't leave.
I didn't want to cause any problems, and two, half the time some people were cool. They were like, just don't go to the bar
Yeah.
area, and I was like, hey, whatever, you know. But I've been through it with John,
Yeah.
and like I said, he said stick with me, and I always think of that. Like I said, we can always build something off
Yeah,
of that.
yeah, yeah.
Like, to find someone who's as dedicated as me, that was the thing.
Yeah.
Is like I said, I've always played with, you know, whether or not it was like seniors and they had like this little garage band, but I had a chance to like play on their kit
Yep.
or whatever it
Yeah.
was. Like,
Yep.
I'd always be with older people because I'd be advanced, and people would look at me and they'd trip out.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I would be doing talent shows at my school, and literally half the teachers didn't like me because they thought I was a class clown.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What's wrong with that?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. But like, they would go and see me play the drums, and then they'd be cool to me.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like a whole
Oh, I
different
know, music
persona.
changes
that,
everybody's
yeah, it's
mindset.
a whole different persona, you know? And it's just to find that one person who literally feels the same as me and the same, like, basically like flame, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as me, makes me want to drive to just make
Hell
it
yeah,
better.
that's just added fuel to that
Exactly.
fire right there.
I love it.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, my uncle used to do. So my uncle played drums too, and he was like 11
Yeah.
and playing in like the Nugget down here, and he wouldn't even be allowed in until they played. He would have to play his set and then leave.
Yeah, that's literally what
Yeah.
Jubs made me do.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
like, yeah, you can go on stage, play, and then as soon as you're done packing your stuff, leave.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, damn.
Right. Yeah. Chill.
Yeah, there was
Like,
a-
I'm
it's
really not
Jubs.
trying to get drunk right now.
Right,
Like, I'm stoked to play the show.
I asked for a water. Not,
Thank you. Like,
Not a
oh,
double
man.
shot of. Yeah.
Jeez.
No, because it's funny that you say that because I actually have a couple friends of mine that I played shows with years ago, Half a Tusk, and they actually moved, or the vocalist moved up to Portland, and they were going to be playing a show up there, and their guitar player was underage too, and the bar wouldn't let him in at all, and so they literally were like, hey, that's fine. And he was outside the venue on the sidewalk with his wireless.
Yep.
Cool.
Killing
Yeah.
it on the street
Yeah.
corner.
That is cool.
That's
Just
what I'm
rocking out,
talking
and
about. That's
everybody-
dedication
and
right
everybody-
there.
Yeah.
That's the video online.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
That's
dude, I
fucking
saw that
rad.
video.
You know,
That's what I was
fucking
gonna bring
cool.
I
up.
mean, when you got something like that, yeah, you can go anywhere. You're like, I'll be back. We're
Right.
gonna get drinks.
Yeah, literally. But like, I mean, what are you supposed to do? Put the drums in the alleyway?
Right,
Like that's
exactly.
what I
Yeah,
had at
as a
Jubs.
drummer. Yeah, it's like,
Literally.
I don't have a rolling fucking, you know, drum riser
Well,
here.
too,
That'd be
it's like, I
awesome,
mean, you
though,
can
too.
always play electric, but like when you're trying to play a show,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially
and
with
I
that,
get
like,
the
no.
legality of it because I mean, all it takes is one person to ruin it for everybody, right? It was like that one band.
That's
Yeah,
what
they
sucks,
usually have
though,
a badge
Or
yeah.
your
on.
bass player is 17, but he's cool. He
Yeah,
doesn't
he's cool,
drink.
man,
And
I
then next
swear.
thing you know, the owner's like, "That fucker's drinking on the
Yeah,
bar,"
yeah.
you know. And that's all it takes.
He's
you
doing
know?
lines off those titties.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Literally though, that's why I felt bad because we had like shows lined up and they were like they didn't realize once they heard our stuff they were like, "Oh, you're fucking killer! Come play the
Yeah,
show!" Da,
yeah,
da, da.
yeah,
And then John had to be like, "Okay, but my drummer's 19,"
Right.
Right.
and then they're like,
Yeah. Then there. Yeah.
Yeah.
and like half the time they were cool with it, whatever. They said it was cool, and even Jub said it was cool as long as I don't go to the bar.
Yeah.
But like I said, I literally was asking for water.
Yeah. I know.
Like,
right. Yeah.
bro, come on.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I'm not really trying to get a drink. Like,
Yeah.
it was just too much. And in all honesty, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're dedicated, like your friend was, shit, he outside playing.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what you got to
You
do.
find a way.
But like what you were
Exactly.
saying, you're just like you can't do that with drums.
Thank
like,
you.
there's
That's what
there's
I'm
no
saying.
way
So
to
it's
do
like,
that.
what do you, I can play like bongos
You're like I can
on a
hear the
mic
guitar,
outside.
but the drums, I don't know. They're way in
Thank
that
you.
room over
Like,
there.
oh, man. It was just
Yeah.
too
The
much.
sound guy's like, my fucking bass drum mic doesn't go that
Right,
far.
yeah. My chords only go 20 feet. What's going on here?
But going back to your guys' music, you were kind of talking about how you guys carry that thrash metal punk kind of genre, and you guys are melding that into your own way because we got to hear a little bit of it in the intro before we started the podcast.
Yeah.
And so when you guys hearing your guys' music, it really reminds me of the 90s skater punk
Yep.
thrashy music
Yep.
that I loved listening
love
to.
it, too.
You know,
That
it
shit's
reminds
great.
me a lot of bands like, the Vandals. It reminds me of
Pennywise.
Pennywise, Guttermouth, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Thanks
where
a lot,
it's
man.
it's the punchy vocals, the fast rhythmic drum beats.
I love
and
that, dude.
The
I skated with
chorded
that
guitar
all the
riffs,
time, dude.
it's
That was my skate jams.
hell yeah. No, and that's exactly what it takes me back to. It reminds
Yeah.
me of fucking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Hell
every time
yeah.
I hear
That's
it.
what I was just gonna say. Literally, when
Yep.
you finished your sentence, I was like, "Don't even get me started,"
Or
because on my
Dave Muir's
PS2,
BMX.
Oh, damn.
oh
Yeah,
man,
the
that
1
was
and 2
literally
came
the
out with.
vibe. I just, oh man, that's
So was that kind of a vibe you guys were going for initially, or was it kind of like you had this inspiration built from something
Yeah,
else?
it's what I
or-
brought. It's what I
Yeah.
brought. It's what I had in my head. It's what I wrote. In my room, and I introduced it, and it's shit that I've been writing for 25 years.
Yeah.
Were you playing in LA?
Oh yeah,
So you were playing? Were you playing the same
same type of music, but just with different people.
Yeah.
So it sounded different.
Uh-huh.
But when you get with different people, it morphs into something different.
Right,
So
yeah, yeah.
I couldn't ask for them to say play it this way.
Right.
They played it that way.
Right.
So what you're hearing is what they're bringing.
Yeah.
And then Rachel's doing the bass fucking riffs.
Right.
And then, Bud just came in right now, so we haven't played a show yet. But yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's the shit that I've had in my head for a long time.
You guys
That's
got a
what I
show
came to
coming
see.
up?
You know what? I was talking to Matador Lounge, and they're telling me late August, and that's pretty much all I got
Yeah.
Yeah.
for so far.
Yeah, I feel like everybody's pushed to August right now. I don't know
Yeah,
what's
maybe.
going on.
Yeah. So I don't know about all that.
Well, going back to the whole, adding Rachel to bass and freeing you up with that. We've had Rachel on the podcast before with Allison Chained, and Rachel's worked her butt off because she's really wanted to learn how to play the bass, and we've
Yeah.
talked with her before about it. And I know she's kind of mentioned a little bit about, that having that sense of pressure of like, oh shit, he used to play this, and now I'm stepping into those shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, do you really? Is there kind of like a you're killing it, or you're really trying to critiquing, or are you really encouraging?
I'm all over her. Hey, you're not doing it right.
Yeah. That sounds like me with Scott. I'm not even a guitar player. I'll tell him how to play guitar.
Or it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
No, not at all. No, I support her. I mean, she took a freaking load off of me, man.
Yeah.
So
she busts her
yeah,
ass.
exactly.
Not even that. Within a few months, pick that shit
and the
up.
more she keeps doing it,
Yeah.
fucking better she gonna be.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and we'll be writing some new tunes,
Yeah.
and I want them to, fucking have their say in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because these songs are mine, and it's like,
I like that.
you know what I mean?
I like that.
It's like, okay, here's the parts.
Yep.
Do it.
Yep.
But if we start writing our own fucking tunes,
Right.
That's what I'm looking for.
You don't get that a
That's
lot.
what I've always
You
loved too, because
yeah.
we've always done that. Like even when it was just us three in
Right.
the beginning, like me, him, and Paul, whatever. Like he would just bring out these songs that he's always had, and we would literally just build off of it
Right.
together. Like
Yeah, it's building
whether or
blocks,
not it was me doing a pace on the drum kit or Paul hitting a riff or whatever. Like we literally put all of our own parts within these songs that he's had for years, or these songs that literally he just thinks of and will come up with
Yeah.
and has to go write it down or whatever. But like to have, like, as a producer, I've realized that, like, unfortunately, like, unless you're really just trying to be like a club DJ or like some in-house techno stuff, you need vocals.
Yes.
And you need lyrics.
Yep.
And those are the hardest things to really come by, and someone
me.
who actually
yeah.
thank you. That's what I'm saying. It's
not
the
that
hardest
hard. I'm
thing to
sitting
come
right
by,
next
like
to you.
to
I'm
be
right
able to
fucking
just
here.
write something on spot. And like he'll tell me like, oh, I thought of this one beat within I was writing this song. And then I'll replicate that beat,
like
but then
it.
I'll
Yep.
add my own thing to
Yep.
it. And then it's
That's
like
perfect.
But for him writing new stuff,
Yeah.
and to do the same thing we did on the first album, basically, which was his lyrics, his like kind of vision of what the drums sounded like, but always told me put my own spin on it because it's
Right.
our all own thing,
Right.
And it's gonna be great to be able to do that with Rachel and Bud.
Oh hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be. He
Yeah.
literally pulls songs out of his ass, like not in a bad way, but like literally, he always has lyrics.
It's cavernous.
And like that's so hard. Are you kidding me? Like to be able
Hold
to
on,
do
let me
that
get one
with
for you.
melodies, like God, it's gonna be a dope thing to be able to build off of that.
Yeah.
And like for him to just come up with new stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And for them to do
Yeah.
it.
4 minds are better than 2.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like that 2 minds are better than 1.
Right. And so, like, when you write a song, because being a vocalist myself, when I write lyrics, I listen to what, the bass, guitar, drums, what they've collaborated together. Because you can hear a guitar riff and you can go, oh, this kind of tells me something. And then once the drums come in, it adds another flavor, because then it helps you kind of build vocal
direction
patterns.
with the drums.
Yeah,
man.
and so do you when you write something, do you have that in your mind of like a melody, or at least a beat? Like, where do you come from with that?
So actually, I do. I'll throw down a rhythm
Yeah,
and then write the lyrics to the rhythm.
Oh, okay.
I'll throw, I'll put in the change or the chorus or a bridge or something like that, and then I'll write to that.
yeah,
But that's just me on my guitar,
Yeah.
Right.
and then I bring it. But I want them to put together a tune, them come up with the riff,
Right.
give it to me,
Right.
and then let me write lyrics to it.
Right.
Right.
That's what I want to start doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because it can be difficult trying to feel like, when you are doing it in that old way where you're writing the melody and you're like, this is how the song's gonna go because I built my lyrics off of that, and kind of it's almost restraining in a way, right? Because the guitar player is kind of like, oh, okay, but how do I build it with already like a structure? Like how do I add flavor without it being too much of just that?
Yeah. Do you rewrite as like, so say it changes once you bring the drums and everything in? Does it do you like go back and like, oh, like this doesn't really go with this now? Do you like rewrite it, or like you just like?
Not necessarily, man. I mean, we'll work it out while we're playing it.
Honestly, that's what we do. Like,
Oh, let's
sometimes, like,
extend
certain-
that part.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
let's
we'll
shorten
literally
that,
like
or-
he'll give us the first like
Right.
verse and then the chorus,
Yeah.
and we'll play through it together. But then either me or whoever's with us, we'll throw out like, hey, you should do this.
Yep.
Like in the song flame, like in the recording wise, like the certain like extending of saying fire, like certain stuff like that. Like you add little things, or like the new song that we have coming up, like that we really want to record is "You Lied," and at the end, he was just gonna say "You lied," you know, but then we like thought about it, played over it, got the end down. And he ended up adding like "you fucking lied," and it ended up like sounding it way like it just sounded clean. You know what I mean? Like it sounded better than just like "you lied" and then boom, you ended. You know what I mean? Like it just added something to it.
Yeah, it's a story.
Yeah, so it's like you just slowly piece it together no matter what, and it's like even if you just play it in the beginning with the first part that you got down, and then you slowly figure out your way. Like I always try to add like rolls where I can, you know, where like the space where the solo's at, maybe add like a little bit of a lighter drum play so he has more of a spotlight. You feel me? Like
that's a spice.
Just bring it all in.
And that's the coolest part about the writing process is feeling it all out little by little.
I like
because
that.
You know you get to get those, you know, you fucking, you know,
Right.
and you throw in that emotion when you're in it.
Exactly, and that's what made it that song.
And it's
at the
something
end.
that doesn't
draws
come out
people
until
in,
you
though.
do
That
it.
draws that crowd in, though,
Right.
too, when you do that.
And then and then that song just stops.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Right after
but
that.
too, like I know damn well when we do the recording,
And
I
then you hear
want
that
John to
echo,
have the
you know,
echo.
Right,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
gonna sound sick.
Yeah,
It's gonna
yeah.
be tight.
Yeah.
Fucking spoiler alert.
Right.
Because that's what we're gonna
Just
do.
be ready.
Wait for that one.
Exactly.
Now, when it comes to, and this is something that I always, you know, am intrigued by when it comes to lyricists, is when you write, is this something that do you really stick towards like you know, I'm telling a story of experiences I've had, or do you like the creative write-up process where it's like I'm writing about, you know, cool, fun, crazy things that I thought that would be a fucking badass to write, and I've got these ideas, or is it kind of built off, you know, emotional connection, history, like what's going, you know, how do you do it?
Crazy you ask. Because a lot of it is life experience, you know what I'm saying? And I just condense a lot of shit and just, you know, into the songs.
Yeah.
But I can't find myself writing about, you know, fucking blue skies and fucking flowing rivers. I just can't do that shit. So
Not Pink Floyd over
no,
here?
man.
no,
So if I write something, man, it's either about somebody,
Yeah.
or you know, somebody somewhere, whatever.
Right.
You know, that's how I get my shit.
Yeah.
You know, fucking the song "Tour of Duty."
Okay.
That was, you know, fucking crazy. But that's back, you know, back when, you know, when you're fucking up, and then, you know, I did that shit. So yeah, that's crazy. You ask.
Yeah. Well, because it you know, you can draw a lot of experience into your writing and tell it in a way that you can express it the way you want people to fucking hear it.
I love that type of
Yeah,
writing.
and then
I
that
really
way,
do love that
and you
type
could
of
also,
writing.
and people could hear it too and take it a different way.
Because
you know,
they
and
could
it's
feel
always
the
going to
same
be up
way,
for
or whatever you
interpretation.
experience. They could feel something off of that experience.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's why I love that writing. It's not more of like a fairy tale. It's more
Right. Then again, for me, I like writing about all kinds of shit.
I know.
Like, I'll write about the
We're
zombie
fucking
apocalypse.
pirates one day.
Fuck yeah, pirates. I don't give a
Zombie
shit.
is another day.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't give a fuck. Dude. If I get
I do
hooked
like
on
that.
something, you know.
Don't, I got him mad. All right, buddy.
No.
I like that writing too, but
Oh, yeah.
I feel there's people that get more connections off
agree.
of the personal experiences.
Absolutely. You know, and that's the beauty about music is you get to really tell your story.
Yeah.
You get to really, you know, put everything you've got into it. All your passion, all your practice, all your life experiences, and just throw it out there and be like, let's fucking. You want to hear something
let's
shit?
fucking
You
do
want to
it.
hear a story?
Yeah.
Let's have some fucking fun while we.
But
do
that's
it, too.
that's every member, like drums, especially like that. You know, you get all that
Yep.
you know emotion in there. You get aggression starts coming out. You're like, oh, where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
literally everyone thinks I play like hella hard on my kit, but the thing is like if I get hyped or it's a show,
Yeah.
maybe I'll play a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But sometimes too, half the time I can't even hear myself, so that's a problem.
Yeah. Is it your cymbals?
Yep.
Well, like,
'Cause
yeah,
I
the
got that same
cymbals,
fucking
yeah,
issue.
like, because I play songs and literally the cymbals, they be doing their things,
Right.
but then as soon as I start playing the tom-toms, I'm
Yeah.
like,
You're like, what the fuck?
well, can I even hear it?
I
Like, I can
still
hear my
hear
bass and my
cymbals.
snare, my
Yeah.
cymbals,
Yeah.
whatever.
This is
but, like,
okay.
Hey, that's-
yeah, literally, like,
I started
fine,
playing
you're
with
fine.
these. I have my own mixing board and everything, so when I play, I plug straight into that.
Genius.
It's seriously,
that sound guy.
it changes the world. Like you could hear yourself and the rest of the band, so it just makes it so much more better. Because I was having that same issue. I'd be like, especially on tourists when you're stuck in that corner, you know, you're like,
Yeah.
and I got like cymbals galore.
Horrible.
Oh yeah.
You're
completely
just
And it's
Horrible.
just,
I literally
Through the whole
was
thing.
playing so hard on my snare, I thought I was going to break it.
yeah.
I was like, is the skin going to pop off? I
You ever
really
snapped
hope not.
one?
I have.
Yeah.
Like twice actually, and it was like the scariest thing because I thought I like straight up
Jazz
pushed
cracked the
my
cymbal,
shit.
man.
I cracked a cymbal too.
Yeah, I
I
go
like
through
literally
those about 6
split
months.
it.
Every 6 months, I go
Yeah,
through
and
cymbals.
I literally tried to tape it, and then it just kept
No,
splitting.
you don't tape it. No.
So it's like, okay, yeah, let's not do that. Let's not be a little bitch.
I'll
Whatever.
talk to
It works for airplanes.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll give you the secret to
Yeah.
not having to worry about cymbals after this podcast. And
Man,
I'll put
I
it
think
out
I
on the
shared a bit of
podcast.
that. I shared a bit of that secret with her.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Good.
But you find a way, right?
No, it's the most genius way, actually.
I made us all sign it though,
you'll
so
get
it was
money.
cool.
Yeah.
It was cool.
What do you guys in your, I mean, what part of music in your background, what do you bring to the table in terms of like your experience? Like, what are some bands that you've listened to that you're like, fuck, man, you know, those guys drive me to be like a drummer like
Well,
this.
that's what I want to get to. The
do you have
drumming
something
and-
like,
yeah,
do you
those-
have a group
those
or
people
Oh,
that-
definitely. Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath?
Oh, yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne has always been my man. I love him so much. He's always been like an idol to me.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, though, is like, what's trippy is I tell people this and they're like, what the fuck, how? Like, they're so completely opposite. Okay, so Ozzy Osbourne, he's like my idol, like, drum-wise, music-wise, Drive to Be That Way, Black Sabbath, Ozzy
So
Osbourne.
Bill Ward.
Like, but the thing is I love Elvis. But the thing is like his style, his drive,
Yeah.
the way that he not only
I think
didn't give a
jazz-
fuck what anyone
Tommy
says.
Aldridge.
Like, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
I have like it's a very wide set, genre,
Right,
whatever.
right.
But
Yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne's always been the peak of it.
Right.
Because I would go downtown Santa Cruz, California to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
arcade.
Yeah.
And I'd get my $5 in tokens,
Right.
and I would
You're
play
like in
the
Skin.
the old, literally
Yeah,
the old drum machine that they had that was MTV. And
Oh,
it was
okay.
like the little electric
Yeah,
drum
it had
kit.
the pads.
Yeah, and I
remember
would
that.
play Ozzy Osbourne Crazy Train.
Hell yeah.
That was the song that really drove me into rock and
Yeah.
really got me into that vibe. And I'd literally go like every weekend and play Crazy Train. And then I started to get a crowd around me. And then I started to get people like taking videos of
Hell
me. And then
yeah.
like I had some guy like literally give me a $10 bill like as a tip.
Like, yeah.
Because he thought it was like hella good. And
You
I
should
was
have just
super
brought
young.
a tip jar with you.
Literally,
Yeah.
like I wanted to, but shit. Like, but Ozzy has always been the drive of it, like drum wise,
Yeah.
you know, but
What was your uncle playing at the time?
drums.
I know, but what type of music?
Oh, like he was playing like punk rock, kind of like
Sex Pistols and
no. Well, too, he'd play like reggae surfer stuff.
really?
Yeah, so it
That's
was like he like three up front. His band was like
Right,
punk
yeah.
rock, kind of like me and like John's vibe, but like they did more of like screamo.
Oh,
But
okay.
fast pace wise,
Right, right.
musician wise,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the instruments, it was like the same vibe. But in high school, he always had like I said, like a reggae surfer vibe. And it was always kind of like, oh, a little rap here and there, or a little singing here and there, and these dope guitar riffs.
Right.
But like that's what he went off of, like his whole life, and that's why I was like, okay, Ribsy's Nichols, like rad.
Yeah.
I was like, I love that vibe, like
Right.
the surfer punk. So
Yeah.
that's when I got into like doing talent shows at my school, like Wipeout and like all the surfer stuff.
Yeah.
But then I like realized that there's a whole different side.
Yeah.
Like it was just
What was his name? Rosie's Nickel?
Ribsy's Nickel.
Ribsy.
Yeah. So I mean, it was cool, but like they had songs like I mean, there was one where they talked about like my uncle riding down like our home street, like where all of our grandparents live. Like it was just, it's just such a West Side vibe. That's
Right,
what they
right.
would call
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, in Santa Cruz. Like it was just such a beach thing, and they would always be there, and he would either play the drums or he'd be singing backup vocals like for them, or
Not
like
at the
doing
same
stuff
time?
like that. At the same time, sometimes,
Yeah.
but when they recorded, he would do them separate.
Oh, okay.
Because he wanted it to be clean, you know, whatever.
Yep,
but
yep.
yeah, he would always be doing that with them. So it was just always a wide range.
Yeah,
and that's why
that's
I
cool.
always had a wide range, because like my grandma, my uncle, my great grandpa, like they all had different styles, and I was all raised off of that.
Well, that's great because it makes
So-
you a better musician.
Yeah, because it gives me like more of a wide range.
Yeah.
Like I said, I played in church, and
I know that's. the
I'd be
neatest
playing
thing,
too fast sometimes, and they're like, slow it down.
Right, yeah.
Or they're like, hit,
Did you have the
hit a
glass
little less.
shield around you?
I did. I did.
Plexiglass.
I see it every
They
time.
literally-
Your drums are
Yeah.
keeping us from the Lord.
Yeah.
Can you calm it down,
They
please?
started. God, they literally, we're gonna get you the shield.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
you get
get
a
some
shield.
headphones and a little bit of mics. I was like, okay, cool. So I'm playing, but then as soon as you get outside of the cage and you hear yourself with like where the chapel was,
Yeah,
not happening.
No.
It was too much.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the bass wise,
yeah.
hideous.
echoes
But like I
through
would
the-
literally barely tap on them.
Right.
But that's what I'm talking
I'm
about. Like
finessing the shit out
from
of this. What
barely,
the fuck?
yeah, like from barely playing to like going to where I'm at now, or like covering what I did at my house. Like it's just
Right.
so many different genres.
Yeah, you can't do that at Alturas. They'd be like, you need to turn the drums up. Where's the sound guy on this?
Dennis is the man. Though.
Dennis is the man. I love Dennis, dude. Dennis is cool.
What about you, John?
What's up?
Is there
Did you have a glass shield around you,
Yeah,
too?
did you have a glass shield?
No. No, man, when I grew up, it was, because I'm left-handed, so it was Jimi Hendrix, Tony Iommi, and, Iron Maiden. And
Paul McCartney.
Yeah, Paul McCartney, too. I dug the Beatles.
Yeah.
They're fucking badass. But yeah, but as I progressed, I did, suicidal tendencies,
Right.
Anthrax.
Because,
shit.
suicidal tendencies is something that I really get a good vibe from
Hell
when
yeah.
I listen to you guys play, because I'm like, man, that's what that reminds me of. It's just fucking thrashy. It's heavy. It's fucking, fuck yeah,
Dude,
and it's
yeah,
just, you
that's
just
my
want to fucking
influence.
rock out with your cock out.
Dude,
Hey, right on.
I just want to bring this up. Second left-handed player that we brought on the
That
podcast,
is the second one?
which is very rare.
That is
We've
rare.
hit like 2 unicorns at once. Dude. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
fucking gamble right now. I'm gonna go throw a whole paycheck down on blackjack.
Ooh.
I'm gonna win this shit.
What about you, bud?
Well, it was actually Arrows. No.
Well,
wasn't.
first of all, I
No.
want to hear the story of how you got linked up with Lincoln.
So it's kind of funny, actually. I just happenstance. I went to go see Ray, her first show. I think it was at the Alturas. Yeah, it was at the Alturas. And I tried
Was
to get
that with
out.
Sponge?
No, I think it was before that, actually. Yeah, it was before that. I can't remember. But I remember I was standing outside with my wife, and I was talking with Chris Peak, and there was a bunch of really good, just original bands. And it kind of reminded me of going to some of those Portal shows.
Right.
It's like, wow, there's some shit around here. There's
Yeah.
some good
It was a melting pot of a bunch of
original
shit.
talent
Yeah.
around here, right? And I was telling Chris and my wife, I'm like, all these fucking bands are awesome. They're original, they're doing their thing, and I like this band because we'll go past the 90s because I'm a lot older.
Yeah.
It reminded me of being on my Vision skaterboard,
Yeah.
listening to like Black Flag and shit.
Right.
Like an
Hell yeah.
OG SoCal kind of
Henry
certified,
Rollins.
Yeah, buddy.
And again, Suicidal, that's that's my generation right there, that kind of stuff. So I'm standing there and I'm like, I gotta quit jacking off in these fucking cover bands.
I thought you were going to say, I got to quit jacking off with Chris Peak right now. That's right now.
I'll work my way up.
We love you, Chris.
Because right about then is when NVDC was coming to a screeching halt, and I was frustrated with that. And I'm like, I'd like to get into a good original band again. So fast forward a few weeks later, I'm at Scott's house. We're just messing around playing guitar. I think my son was over. We're just playing around. And Ray came back from her rehearsal with these guys and said, well, we need a guitar player. And I'm like, no shit.
Best spot to find musicians.
I'm like,
Scott's
cool.
house.
Go to Scott's.
Yeah.
Go to Scott's.
Yeah.
You'll find everything
Hey,
you need
guitar
there.
player's just hanging out over there, right?
If he isn't-
It's
Right?
it's the guitar center of musicians at fucking Scott's. He's like, I got bass players on the wall over
He's
here.
like a local-
I got
Hey, well, I
guitar
gotta
players
thank
over here.
Scott.
he's
I'm
either-
gonna have to thank Scott too for Rachel.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, for real though. Literally, like the other half of the band thinks.
No,
Scott.
hey man,
Yeah.
I seen him at Soul, the dispensary over
Yeah.
there, and it was Alice in Chain and it was NVDC, man. That's
Yeah.
when I first seen him.
Yeah.
And I was telling Scott, I said, dude, my arm went out. I mean, I can't fucking play bass anymore.
Yeah.
So, fast forward. Here we
Ta-da.
go, man. Hey, just ask Scott.
He's either grooming
Scott
him or
is.
stashing him or
Recruiter.
something. He's got
Yeah.
something.
We would have Scott on here every freaking
He's
week.
musician
Yeah,
trafficking.
no shit.
Well, you got like 12 weeks with just the bands he's in.
Yeah, I know.
No kidding. Yeah.
Cool.
We've covered about half of them.
Yeah.
He's in like 3 of my bands.
Yeah.
And,
Wait, and it's funny because he's always made the joke about being the bass pimp.
yeah.
Where he knows all the bass
Now he's a
players
guitar
in
pimp.
town.
He's moving up.
Now he's gathering a whole another
He's grabbing everybody.
gaggle
dude.
of musicians.
Branching out.
That's how he got me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. What about you, Ray? Yeah.
Growing up, my brother played guitar, kind of just rhythm in his room.
Yeah.
And I grew up with my mom listened to the, Dan Fogelberg and Jim Croce, some country music, but my brother's listening to Cradle of Filth and Cannibal Corpse
Yeah.
and stuff that was like, man, how do you fall asleep to that? But I mean, I remember him like just watching him jam out to like even Nirvana, listening to him like play with the MTV music videos when
back when it was cool,
only music videos. And headbanging in his car because I always had long hair, and he'd be like, headbang, you know, because his sister's 11 years younger than him, so he's like, let's get this 6-year-old to
Was he
headbang.
shaved at the time? I can't see Todd with fucking long hair.
No, he had hair to his shoulders.
Did he
until
really?
He was about 21. Yeah, he looked like, so we used to say he looked like Axl Rose, and he'd get so mad.
Oh.
Because he'd wear the bandana, and he had the long,
I was thinking
straight
Flash
hair.
Gordon.
So I mean, I grew up with like music just surrounding me. It was music that the neighbors called the cops on us for, which still happens. So
What?
Still
That never happens.
And I remember like sitting and listening to these songs, and I actually remember being really young and wanting to play drums. Like I just wanted to I love the rhythm and just like beat into it, and then just growing up singing. I mean, I sang, I think I said the last time I was here, that was my biggest thing. My mom sang, she encouraged me singing. I sang from elementary school through college. And sang alto, and was always just so part of that rhythm section in choruses and choirs. And I always loved bass, which I find out now is weird because everyone's like, we don't even hear what the bass is if it's just like casually listening to music.
Right,
but I'm like, no, I want to play. I want to play bass. When I was 15 years old, I remember telling people that, but I just never picked one up. And it wasn't until marrying a musician who was like, stop talking about it. Here's your fucking bass.
Right.
And learn it.
I got every instrument here.
Yeah. Why are you not doing anything?
You ever heard of Nike? Just do it.
I got a couple of bass players over here.
You're right, yeah, you need teachers. I got like a whole row of them here. I'll bring them out. You can
come out
pick
like
one.
a brothel.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The bass brothel. If that's not a thing, I'm making it a thing. I'm fucking doing that.
Bass brothel.
Dude, the bass brothel is happening.
Honestly, though, I love that
Scott's the
idea.
bass man.
Bass players are hard to find.
Everybody talks about it.
He
Dude,
manifested
basses
a
are hard
man.
to find.
He had
You cannot find a bass player.
Oh, I literally like manifested Rachel though, like for real, because I was gonna tell I was gonna tell John and Paula. I was like, okay, check it out. If we need to find a bass player, we should do a chick. And I literally was gonna tell him that, like the next practice we had.
And Rachel was there.
And
Oh my
no,
God, this
no,
is
not even
amazing.
that.
Yeah,
Literally, John was like, "Hey, I found this
She's like,
person.
whoa.
Yeah.
Like she's
should
gonna
have
come
sang.
like to the
Yeah,
next
right.
practice." And I was like,
Get
I
out
was
of
like,
my head.
literally, I was like, dude, I just like I wanted
I'm taking
to
you
have a
gambling
chick
with me.
bass.
Let's go. I'm gonna get
I'm
that
down.
check
Let's
going.
go.
Yeah,
Let's go. You feel me? But like, she came. She dropped. You know, it was. It was just
Manifest
I was
me a
everything.
win on that craps table. Let's
Okay, I got you. We won't do it right now.
We had a listener mention in the chat here, Lupe Evangelisti. He says, "You're finally speaking, Johnny Blade." Is that normally you're a quiet guy?
Yeah, that's me, man.
And it's funny because being a vocalist, you're the front man. You're up front. Everybody's hearing you. You're speaking the words, and you're the quiet
Dude,
guy.
I am quiet by nature, man.
No kidding.
You know
He
what I'm
wants me
saying,
to be the
you
one
know?
that's out there. I'm like,
But-
way to make me seem a
No, the vocalist for me, like as a drummer, I need that vocalist energy, and Ryan. That's why I was fucking static when we got Ryan, because he's that guy who'll bring that energy, and then it just pumps me up even more.
It's like Jekyll and Hyde.
It
for
is.
sure.
Seriously,
It's straight up. Like I'm just like, hey, what's up, guys? And I get up on stage. I'm like, what up, motherfucker?
You're all in everybody's face. Wow. You're slapping people like. You're my bitch now.
Yeah, man.
Welcome to my world, bitch.
Welcome to Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Here's your blade. Let's get it going. No, but yeah, the front man, they need to have that energy. But I mean, I've seen it go where it's, the person's very quiet, and then once they get on stage, it just clicks, and then all of a sudden it's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Like, what the fuck did he come from? I just talked to him like 30 minutes ago. The guy didn't even say a word.
Hey, buddy,
Yeah.
you ready?
Yeah.
You ready to go out there?
I'm ready. So with you guys doing, whether you're playing, drums, your bass, your vocals, your guitar, is there something that you guys have always wanted to learn how to do that you're doing, that you maybe it's like a technique that you're working on that you're trying to expand on as a musician? Is there maybe it's writing? Is there something that you're trying to get better at?
Shit, man. No, not really, dude. I'm not really trying for all that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just where I'm at and just perfect it. You know what I mean? I that's why I want to expand and have them write the tunes.
That alone is giving you freedom that
Yeah,
you didn't have
and
before.
I'll just write.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty much all I'm, going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I like just keep it simple.
Yeah.
Do you have other tunes? You said you guys have about 5 other ones that aren't actually released yet. So
Yeah, they're not released yet. We've played them live.
Uh-huh.
And then I've got one in the pocket that I'm fucking with that I'm still yet to introduce,
right.
and that's the 5th one.
Well, you're clearly still writing. Then. You're still writing the
dude.
song.
I'll be chilling on my recliner and just fucking something pop in my head. I'm like, I gotta go, go get it.
Right? Yeah. I gotta get. Where's my guitar?
And then if
Where's
I
my git fiddle?
Hey, dude, and if I like it, then I'll press record.
Yeah.
So I'll fucking remember it.
Yeah.
But I do that shit all the time.
My phone's like a freaking goddamn library with voice memos. No, that was perfect. Let's get it going. Right. All right, go. And then they'll be talking. Shut up. Let's get it going now.
Oh, and, and the reason I ask is because, there are bands out there that who've been playing for many, many years. And, whether you've been a musician for many years or you've just been in a band for a little bit or vice versa, the big thing is like, there are some bands that are out there trying to go, all right, this is how we've played for the first, 10 years. Yeah. And,
Justice.
we're trying to branch off into
Justice.
something a little different. We're trying to change up, maybe the style, the tempo, maybe the vocal patterns, or add more cleans or add more distortion or something of that nature, and I think a lot of fans, they run along this line where they're like, I don't know. I mean, it's, you either love their new change. You either go, man, I stick with this band regardless because they're consistent. It's what I loved about them in the first place. Or you go, hey, you know what? They're deviating. I don't like the way that they're going. It's not the same. It's
You
not,
have to do that.
What's weird about that is sometimes I think that's a natural evolution. If
It
you have
is.
a band that stays together,
Yep.
Yeah.
unless it's Robert's favorite band, AC/DC, that made the same record 17 times. Well, because they made the
His favorite band of all time.
They made the
That
same.
was
They made
great.
the same album 17 times.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Same
they did.
chords.
Drummer
Two
played the
different
same fucking
singers.
goddamn
If
thing.
you want to get Robert a
But-
birthday present, Christmas present, get him AC/DC gear.
Well, like to your question earlier, you're like, what are you trying to do better? What do you and I constantly try to learn new stuff. Like I'll go see a show and I'll be like, shit.
Yeah.
All right, either I can go practice, or Scott and I joke about going home and turning our guitars into coffee tables after we go watch somebody else.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Some kid who's like 11, he's just shredding like fucking
But as you grow,
wing Malstein.
yeah. Well, as you grow, and like Jazz was talking about, she started learning, faster rhythms, this and that. You learn, your vocabulary gets better, and the way you tell your story evolves. So
Right.
if you're fortunate enough to keep everybody together, you're gonna evolve a little bit anyway,
Right,
and
right.
hopefully everybody comes along with you, because usually people gravitate towards sincere, right? We're
Right.
talking about writing styles, singing styles, all that stuff, but usually people, regardless of what kind of music it is, they gravitate towards sincerity, right? So if you continue to grow and learn and stuff, it's going to get a little better or a little different,
Well, John already brought it up, so he's already opening it up to you guys. That's going to change it fucking
absolutely.
dramatic.
Tenfold,
Like, it's
right.
going to be fucking totally different
And I know
because
the
of the rest of that stuff.
dynamic has changed. Like I'm adding backup vocals, so like even the
Yep.
stuff
I
that's
was
already
gonna get to that, too.
recorded, and
Yeah.
like, and I mean, and that's something that I'm still working on is like being quicker at being able to pull the vocals and bass together.
Right.
And as I'm learning,
Yeah, how about you? I'm going to throw you some chainsaws. I hope you can help me.
Yeah.
but
Start
and so
juggling.
I mean
Right,
that,
yeah.
that changes the dynamics of the songs that are even already recorded, and so in the sense I'm not the vocalist bass player and he's not the bass player vocalist.
Right.
Like I can add in like a little more like complex bass lines, because you want to simplify them when you're doing both,
Right.
because then it just gets too much.
Yep.
But when you have it separate, you can add in more stuff. And as I'm expanding and learning and getting better at bass, and I can bring that stuff in, and I really look forward to doing more of the writing, because I know, like, you know,
And I encourage it. And I've told her. I said, you know, if you want to do little bass riffs or, you know, the backups, and, you know, because we're starting to hit it. You know, we're harmonizing, and it's like fucking. We'll do a song, and then, you know, I'll hear it. You know, immediately I turn around and give praise, because it's like fucking A, because that makes the band better.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, it's not. You know, it's not one dimensional.
And I can
The next
tell,
album,
too.
I want John to play bass, and then I want Ray to go into a bass solo.
And because I can tell the dynamic too, because I saw a video of you guys playing. It was that skate park. What was that event you guys just recently did?
What, the punk rock flea market?
Yeah, the
flea
flea
market,
market. The flea market. When you guys were doing that, like even Jazz is back there on the drums, like.
I was sweating my fucking ass
Getting
off.
hot as shit in there.
I
you were gonna say
I
sweating
literally,
my balls
I
off.
put my
Okay.
shades on, and I was like, this is my time to close my eyes and feel it out.
Right?
Let's go. And I literally was just going ham, sweating my shit off, but we fucking killed it.
Yeah.
It was clean as fuck.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it sounded fucking good, and you
was
could
great.
just see the dynamic.
How was this?
growing.
Because it's a pretty open spot. Like, how was that sound in there?
I couldn't hear
Shit,
shit.
man.
You know, back to
You
that's
can
just
hear it back
drummers.
there?
I could
naturally.
I can hear Paul here and there,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah,
your
'cause it
vocals
was
here
too
and there,
wide
and that's
open.
what
It was
kept me
yeah,
on like,
it's
okay, I'm
just
gonna
too-
break now.
Right.
But like that was about it.
Yeah.
I couldn't
It
even like
wasn't-
I
tune
heard
my kit
myself.
before
That's all
either.
that mattered.
Nothing.
No.
No,
Right?
they had
I heard
a yoga
myself.
sesh
Hey, I had
going on,
monitors
and they were like,
as I was
"Don't tune
getting-
it during the yoga sesh."
You don't do that. I do that before I even like go out.
Well, the
to
thing
venue.
was,
I'm
like everything was stacked in each other in the back
Oh,
of my
really?
car, and
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I know damn well the
Yep.
skins are gonna get
Yep.
stretched a little bit,
Yep, that
so I
heat
just
and
wanted
everything.
to like tune them a little bit, and they
Yeah.
were like, "No, there's a yoga sesh. Like,
Oh, yo,
can you wait?"
get the fuck out of here! I
And
got
it
too
was
much
like-
drums.
It's great yoga.
That's right.
Yoga
Oh.
sesh. You can do that shit outside. Get the grass. Do
But
that
you
shit
know,
outside.
it ended up being a good show. It
Yeah.
was killer.
Mr. Schlinghyde back there asked, when you guys are going to record again?
Yeah.
Ooh, well, I'm gonna have to say it's up to my bass player and my guitar player, because once they tell me that they got these songs down, fucking we're doing it.
So you guys are you guys just gonna do an EP or are you gonna do full length?
Well, I like to just put down the first 5.
Yeah, I
And
think
then
that's the
I'll add
best
to
way to
it.
go.
I'll add to it.
Yep.
Especially too after dropping the first album, just a little
Yeah.
EP. Here's a little taste.
Who
and
did you
then-
produce the first album? Jazz.
No,
No,
I wish.
It
No,
was
I
Dog
wish.
Water Studio.
Waters.
Oh, was that the one on
Rick?
Center?
Rick Spagnola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
He's
know
the
if you guys
shit. I
know
love him.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
like,
How was that
it was,
experience?
it was great.
Was it?
Cool fucking dude, man. Yeah.
Like it was
Right.
just like a very like. Not only is it like hella dope how
Yeah.
his studio's set up because it's
Right.
like a 2-story home,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm playing in the living room in the
room
corner.
downstairs.
And then you got John in one room where Rick is at with all of his computer stuff and all
Right,
of his
right.
mixer boards and all this
Yeah.
speakers and everything. And then you have
Paul's
Paul
in
in a
there, yeah.
completely separate
Yeah.
room doing his recordings. And then after that, you had John in the other room doing his vocals, whatever. So like it was just like he made it so homey, like such a homey feeling. Like you come in, you know, like it's a good
This is your
vibe.
space.
Right.
Yeah, like literally,
Yep.
and we just played and we record
Dude,
and
he
like
had popcorn ready, man.
literally,
shit.
I will
Yeah.
never forget every
Oh,
single time
yeah,
I come
and
over
beer.
there. Popcorn.
Remember fucking
It's
beer.
the
Popcorn and
delicious
beer?
It's the best popcorn.
Dude,
you
I
ever
recorded
had.
at Granny Studios. We didn't have any of that shit.
Bruh, it is everything. It smells fantastic when you walk in, and then too,
it's
like
great.
if you want any adjustments, if you don't like the take, if it sounds like shit, whatever, he
He left it open to you?
literally like
That's
he's
cool.
all, what do you want me to
because
do?
usually get the other way around.
Thank
where
you.
they're
What do you
like
want me to do? Oh, do you want to take another take? Oh, I
Yeah.
think you sound absolutely amazing. Like such a genuine person.
Yeah.
Like I really do. Like I love him.
Are you
like,
guys
he's
gonna work
great.
with them on the next one? Or
Yep.
are you
Oh,
guys thinking
best
about
believe. Yeah.
we'll go
Always.
right back to
Like,
We have
he's-
another guy
he's the
too,
shit.
Alan.
Alan, yeah.
Yeah, Alan's good. Alan's good.
Alan's like that perfect balance of like, I think it's good, but he also will be like, nope. Do it again.
He's also a drummer. so
Nope.
Yes,
that's-
see,
Do it
okay,
again.
that's what's dope though because I'm very
Like a rim
blunt,
shot?
and
Yeah.
like they'll be like,
Rim
no, it
shot,
sounds
do it
really
again.
good. And I'm like, that sounds like shit.
We heard that.
yeah.
Like I want to do it again.
Well, see, Alan, for him being a drummer and he's
He knows
also
what's
in
up.
preacher, so he
Yeah, I
he
get
knows
you.
that sound, like especially for drums.
But no,
But
dog
I mean, everything
ears.
sounds great, but he always makes the drummer
Yeah.
sound like.
Chef's kiss.
Tom Gordon had an Atari.
Yeah, we did. We were at Tom Gordon's recording, and we were playing. Me and Scott were playing Atari the whole time. I'm sure Tom fucking loved that.
Well,
Like, don't put it in here. Then. Don't fucking
we're here to have fun, asshole. I don't know what you're
What's
doing
that
back
smell?
there.
I don't know.
Because with the recording process, that could either be an incredibly fun environment or it could be a stressful one. You know,
very
because
stressful.
you really
And I think
you're
it
trying to
depends on
put
the
everything.
producer or the engineer.
Yeah, well, and especially whoever's producing it, they want to help you put out the best sound possible.
Yeah.
And you're passionate about your music, and so you're going in there going, look, I want this to sound the way I always wanted it to sound. Whether it's because my garage reverbs so fucking much, and I want this to sound cleaner, or whatever the case may be. You want to go in there with everything you've got, because when you put that out there, that's you putting your name, that's putting your stamp on the world, going, this is what we made.
Yeah.
Listen to this shit, and that's your opportunity to spread the word around about who you guys are.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah.
I think that would. It's kind of like to make it. It's. I want to go back to the Black album on this too. Like once Metallica put out that Black album, like when that was produced, it was cherry. That's cherry, and it brought a lot of people in too. Right? So,
Well, it's funny because I don't know if you remember, there was a show on VH1 called That Metal Show. You ever heard of that?
Yeah,
Rachel, yeah. So they had it was these three guys. I can't remember their names off the top of my head, but it was called That Metal Show.
was it like a podcast?
No.
Or
It
something?
was like a
I'm thinking of,
TV
like,
show.
The Man Show.
No, it was like the Man Show setup.
Oh no, I have.
But they
seen it. I
had
have seen it.
like big name musicians
Yeah.
come on the show, and they had the guitar player and the
I think you're
vocalist
right.
from
It's Eddie Trunk.
Eddie Trunk.
yeah Eddie
Yeah, I think
Trunk
you're right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
They
then-
I can't remember the other guys' names,
Ricky
but
Rockman.
yeah, that's the one. That's the one. But they had the guitar player and the vocalist for the Cult on, and they knew the producer that did the Black album really well because they did stuff with him too. And the guitar player was saying, "Oh yeah, I heard that he was going to be producing Metallica's album," and he goes, "What do you think?" And he's all, "Have him sing more." And they were like, "So you're the reason that the Black album was so good?" Huh?
Really?
He's like,
No shit.
I told him that. I was
Holy
like, "No
cow,
shit."
dude.
Cool.
Fun little fact.
That's cool.
Whether it's true or not, better come correct the cult.
The more you know.
You can find that metal show on YouTube. We were watching.
Yeah, they have some full episodes, some little clips here and there.
Yeah, I'm
but
gonna be watching that.
man,
Right
that was
after
like
this.
10 years ago.
Just gonna
man. I
dive
remember last
deep
time I
down.
saw it. It's been a while. But yeah, so I mean, you guys got a lot ahead of you. You guys are working real hard to try and put new music out there. You got new members. You're starting kind of in a
Big
new
shows.
way with a new guitar player.
Yep.
You've got
Whole
a
new
lot
vibe.
ahead of you. Are you guys excited about this future?
Yeah, man, I am.
Hell yeah.
I definitely.
Because we're excited. We're here. We're excited to hear what you guys are going to be
Oh,
putting out there.
100%.
It's gonna be great. I want to mix it up too, cause like, I mean, no matter what we play, whatever, like even on the first album, kind of somewhat the same pace. But
Right.
like, I want to mix it up. I want to either put in more fills, or I want to, what
More
we've been
groove,
doing
right.
on our new songs is like, I want to keep it that punk rock and roll fast paced vibe, but I also too want to take a little break.
Yeah.
So they're not expecting
Right,
it.
right.
Mix it up a little bit,
Yeah.
bring it back
Yeah.
into that fast pace. I want to.
That,
I want
that
to play
draws.
around with it, and
Yeah.
especially having two new people.
That's
like,
why I want them to write the
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Right.
there's so
If
many
I hear
opportunities
something like that,
to
I'm
like
coming in.
bounce
Like, what the
off
hell's
and
going
play
on?
around.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be a fun time, and I think like no matter what, like when we record, it's gonna be clean. Like I said, Rick, it's always a comfortable vibe. It's always a good time.
Yeah.
And like that's
I
what you
think
want,
that's key.
especially paying for like to be able to produce and like have someone that you trust to be able to bring your music to life.
Right. Yeah.
Like you want to have that good vibe with them, and
Yeah.
he brings that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I love
And
that.
popcorn.
And for them to be able to come in, yeah, thank you.
I know.
Like it's gonna be a
if
good
I pay
time.
this much, I want popcorn. I want caviar too, because goddamn, that shit's expensive. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, and Atari. Thank you, Tom Gordon.
Jim Florentine, he was on there too.
Jim Florentine, yeah.
I'm sorry. That
That's-
just
yeah.
popped in my head.
I know.
Say it out loud.
You got Ron and Scott popping off with the
Dude, you guys
people
are
from
going
the That Metal
crazy
Show.
on these fucking chats, man.
No way.
We call this the Scott Schlinghide chat.
It's
Yeah.
like when you go, Ron, who was here?
Yeah. Another thing that I wanted to
Oh,
ask.
Bob Rock. That
Yeah,
was the
Bob
guy.
Rock. That was the other guy.
Rock,
Yeah,
yeah.
John brought that up.
Yeah.
Another thing too about when you guys talk about playing shows too, in some artists and some bands do it kind of differently, right? Because you guys have a show coming up here pretty soon, yeah.
August.
August, right? So
End of August.
you got a little
End of
time
August.
before that show comes up. you know, some bands are really adamant about like, all right, I got all this in the bag. Let's book, you know, a show every other week. Let's book a show every month. Let's book, you know, every 3 months. Is there like a time period where you feel like, hey, that's comfortable? I think that's a good time frame in between. And in between, are you guys working on a lot of different?
Venues won't even let you book like weeks after. It's like,
Exactly.
all right, you played last week.
We were doing once a month.
Yeah.
Doing once a month. If we can get back to once a month, or once every 6 weeks,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you make a few, you know, dollars here and there, man. You know, and go
What?
for
You
it.
get paid for this
Hey.
shit? God damn it, son of a bitch. What
Hey,
are we
bro,
doing?
I'm telling you, man. If you get
I'm talking to my
fucking
manager.
$100, it's like, woo.
Yeah.
You know?
If I get 25 cents, I'll fucking shit myself. Dude.
Oh, shit. The rocking band.
What? This is amazing.
The drummer in the back. Oh,
Yeah.
it's real.
See those
All
guys?
right.
That's right. I'm
Cool.
a professional. See that? That's a quarter. Yeah. Might be a 50-cent piece. I don't know. Wait. Yeah. No,
shit.
it's there.
Oh my God.
No, I think every month is a good
Yeah.
pace, really, because I think if you end up oversaturating, again,
Burning people out.
you're burning
Yeah.
people out. Yeah.
Or I
start
can
doing
see
that.
them the next time. They play every 2 weeks.
Right.
And
Yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
come to
You
your
don't want
shows.
that.
because
Not even that. Like,
they
you don't
know
want to
you're
give them
gonna
too
see
much of a
some.
taste of what you're coming up with. Like, I always tell John that.
Don't
Like,
let
I
it
want to,
out.
like, you know, play, but, like, give them a little here and there.
Right.
Of our new songs.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Or,
yeah.
like,
Sprinkle
maybe
one here,
let's just
one
have,
here,
like,
one
I'm
one
like
single
putting that
or
shit
one
on every
this,
set
here, there.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna
literally,
play
John's like, let's play them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay,
You're like,
but then,
settle down.
I'm like,
settle
okay,
down.
but these are so good, so let's keep them.
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
keep them a little bit, and then
Yep.
we'll play this one,
Yep.
and like it'll give it a taste.
Yep.
And then the next show,
Yeah.
literally, and John's like, here, I got them all.
No, you gotta keep people wanting more.
Yep.
You gotta keep
But
people
you know what?
wanting
That's
more.
why I love his drive, because he has it. You know, he has it
You
in that
need that.
pocket.
You need
so
that.
it's like when we put that one out, cool, we got more for the other shows. So it's like that's why we gotta keep it in there.
You should
Because
always- you
if
should
we
always
run
play 'em
out,
live
we
before you
done.
record 'em, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my theory. Like all these bands, people go, "Oh, their first album kicked ass, right?"
Yeah.
Well, they were trying to make it, and they're out playing these songs in the clubs, and they had that vibe before they ever recorded it, right?
Right.
And then they go into the studio to write another album.
Yep.
Shit
And then
that
they come
they've
out with the
never
album,
played-
and they're
shit
like,
they've never played in
Yeah.
front of anyone else.
they're like,
right?
what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
You
so-
gotta test the waters. You have to test the
Gotta go out
waters.
and play it
How's
live.
the crowd gonna feel about this new song? Play it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Or
know.
does it work live?
Does it work live? Yeah. All that.
Some of the songs
Are
we
we
got
the only
coming
ones
out.
that think this
Yeah.
is cool?
All right. Somebody's nodding their head back there. All right. Sweet.
Is that dude sleeping? Throw some water in there.
Yeah. Right.
So here's an interesting question, because you know, every musician, look, we always talk about, you know, our inspirations and, you know, things that really drive us to do what we do as musicians. Is there a song that you've heard that you know that you wish you could have written?
Damn.
Get the fuck out of here, Mike.
Did you say Barbie Girl,
Yeah,
Mike?
dude, you just said that. No, it is. I'm singing it literally right now in my head.
We're doing karaoke after this.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Here we go.
Oh wait,
No,
wait.
I
A
got
song
some
that I
video of
wish
you
I
and
wrote.
Scott like at 3 a.m. This is,
For me, it's Ace of Spades, man.
Ace of
Hey.
I like that fucking song, dude.
hell yeah.
That drive, man. That fucking
'Cause
heavy
Because
fucking.
That bass line.
I dug Lemmy.
Lemmy's a
Lemmy's
fucking
God,
badass,
dude.
dude.
Lemmy's God, dude.
So yeah, I wish I could have came up with that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I like to say that fucking Addictive Sin, you know, with the bass intro. It's kind of like Ace of Spades.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Guess I
I
tried.
was trying to rip them off.
Right, yeah.
And that's what I came up with.
I looked at the tabs.
If I change this here, move this here, you know,
Yeah,
nobody else
yeah,
ever
yeah.
notice.
Nobody else?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a ton that I wish I would have wrote. I guess if I had to, I don't know, if I had to pick
What's your
one,
top?
probably Tornado of Souls.
Is that's
Negative.
negative?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, if I had to pick one. There's a ton of shit in my head, but that would probably be the one.
That's a.
Was that still
that's a-
back with
fucking
Marty?
fuck
That was
that
still
up.
Marty, wasn't it? Yeah, dude, I love Marty.
Yeah, Marty Friedman's
Dude,
he's
that
the
guy-
dude.
Yep. Whole
512.
512?
Yeah,
Really?
probably.
But not the whole prison experience?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay. Minus the prison
I,
experience.
have,
mine
I
is-
have prison experience on the outside.
Oh, yeah. I'm vicariously living it through him. I read that book. It's great. Oh, you haven't read it. I'm going to get you that book. I think we already talked about it. What about you, Jazz?
I don't know.
There's so many.
There's so many, dude. I like
Probably,
Mud Shovel from Stern.
Oh,
Uh,
I think he's coming here.
You know what? I'm gonna say Africa.
Totally by
Toto?
Mm-hmm.
Did you listen to the cover that the two guys did in the pizza joint?
Yeah, I saw
So
that.
Dude,
It's not too
fucking
shabby.
good.
I mean, I like that, and too, like, I mean, I just like 80s in general, like
Hell yeah.
sunglasses at night.
Flock of seagulls. Iran.
Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Flock of seagulls. Nothing wrong with it.
And the haircut.
Don't judge me. You're just mad because you don't have it.
Hey, if I am.
Yeah, you're just mad because
If I had hair, do you know what I'd do with it?
you would.
Yeah, I'd do all kinds
It's
of shit.
unstoppable.
Dude, you're halfway there. Shut up.
Dude, what did Tim do with his hair? Just do that.
Who? Tim? Who?
Tim
McDonald?
When he
He's
had
bald too.
No, but he did the reverse mohawk.
Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah.
That was Cold Chamber. Wasn't Cold Chamber?
was it?
Tim did it.
Who?
When he was in Dark Carnival.
Did he really?
Did he do that?
That's like that fire starter. That what's that band?
A Prodigy.
Prodigy.
The Prodigy.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that Prodigy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
that one going.
Just do what you can with what you
I like
have.
that guy. I like them.
That's why I just grew out the mustache.
He
Mess
was
around
he
with
was
that
a
bad boy.
He was a dancer before he actually started. The two guys. Yeah.
That's rad.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I used to dance to it. Now I have a microphone. Now I'm gonna dance and do singing.
yeah.
Oh, thanks, Kawasaki 600. Fucking talking here, ass.
Well, there's also some stuff about musicians too, where we all have like those things that we stand by equipment wise. Is there something that you guys, you're saying you're playing on a Pearl right now for your kit? Is there a particular kit that you like stand by? You're like, man, if I had that kit though, man, I'd be playing
what's
on
your
that.
holy grail of drum sets there?
It's your opportunity
Yeah,
to try and
I
get
don't
yourself
know.
a sponsor too.
welcome.
Might
I
as
mean,
well.
like, I always grew up, like I said, with Pearl, so, like, I don't...
That's a Joey Jordison.
My thing
That's
is
the Pro
like...
Export. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pearl Export is
Yeah.
my thing. Like I've done like a couple different drum battles where like people have had these really extravagant drum kits,
DWs where
And,
they're
like,
like
they've
3,000
had-
start.
cowbells and all this extra shit, and I've literally played a 5-piece Pearl Export and I still won.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like it's not about what you
Yeah,
have.
It's the player.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
It's the
like a
shoes.
Pearl
So what's that-
Export,
what's
no
that
matter
saying?
what, that's what I want. Pearl Export 5-piece. Give me my 2 cymbals, my hi-hat, solid.
Yeah.
That's all I need. Like I've always grew up off that. But two, I started experimenting because my uncle, he was in a band, like I said, but he had friends who were drummers and stuff.
Right.
So they always would give me their extra double bass pedals.
Yep.
So that's where I started getting into double bass and learning that. So literally Pearl Export, regular setup with a double bass pedal.
What are you using on your double
Solid.
bass? Is it DW?
It's just
Iron
it's
Cobra?
honestly the vintage. Like if you look it up, it's hella funny because I got it from like I don't even know who this guy was. He was like such a weirdo. He was like low key a creep. I found him
Right.
on Craigslist.
Yeah.
And I went to go buy it. That's where it starts.
That's
Okay,
most
found him on
musicians,
Craigslist. Okay,
actually. You're-
so I go up to his house, like in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, and I go up there, and literally his whole house is filled with drum shit.
Oh.
He has a
I thought you were
gong,
gonna say
everything.
cats
like,
or something.
God no, I would have left.
shit.
It's
Okay,
like the
but like
cat lady at
he had like
Extreme.
so many different drum kits, all this different shit in his
No,
house,
that's-
and he
that's
was
great. That would be
yeah,
my
like he
house
was
if
trying
my
to
wife
sell
would
me
let me.
stuff, all this, da, da, da. But he gave me a vintage, like I think it's 70s, a Pearl,
Really?
like silver. I can show you a picture of it on my
Please,
phone. But,
I want to see that.
It's like a Pearl double
I'll
bass
lose my
pedal.
shit,
It
yeah.
is so dope, and
Really?
he gave it to me for like $40.
well,
And I've used it since.
The stuff that was built back then, I have rides that are from that era, and they were built like freaking tanks. So I'm kind of
No,
curious
yeah,
to see
literally,
how this...
it is so solid. Like I could throw it in the damn
Yeah, oh,
back
yeah,
seat.
yeah.
The chains fall off,
Oh, yeah.
whatever. I
Right,
like
yeah.
pop it right back on.
Yeah.
And just use my drum key, tighten it.
Yeah.
It has worked so good. Like I've had DWs, double
Yeah.
bass pedals, for
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
But every single time I play, no matter how many times,
Yeah.
I could be going like so solid on like a 3-minute song.
Right.
But for some reason, the connector to where
The
the
U
other,
joints?
Yeah, right there. It
Yep.
would literally pop off
Yeah.
every single time. And
I
I'm like, dude, I'm
snap those
so
on a
yeah.
daily
I was
basis.
so tired of it, so I was like, you know what? Let's just try a different one. And it matched my drum kit. I was like, let's be that bougie.
Right,
bitch,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like, so I went
right.
and I got it,
Hood
and
rich,
it's worked
what's up?
since. So
Yeah.
I love it.
I really want to. I want to see it.
I'll
'cause
definitely
I'm-
show you
I'm
pictures.
curious
Tight.
about this. What about your symbols? Actually, I want to get into that before
My
you.
symbols are the
Because you said you.
Or Mayonnaise or something.
they're the AAs.
Yeah.
Oh, the AAs. The so is that Zildjian?
All of them.
That's
Yeah,
Zildjian
it's
maybe.
another brand of Zildjian, like a
Yeah, it's
like
the branch
a spawn
off. Yeah, it's the branch off.
So But they're solid as hell. I beat the shit out of those.
And
I
you
know
don't
damn
crack
well.
those ones?
Well, I cracked one of them, but
She
the
got
thing
one.
was, if it was a Zildjian, like just the regular classic,
Yeah.
it would have been snapped already.
Right.
But I had it for like multiple years,
Yeah.
and it just snapped like maybe a couple months ago.
Rubber makes donuts out of his.
Actually, it's target practice. I take them out and I shoot them.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
What about you, John? You have any equipment you stand by?
Yeah, bass, vocal.
Maybe you got a
mics.
chance
Dude,
to get yourself a little sponsor.
Yeah.
No, not at all, dude. I have a Fender bass and a
Budweiser.
couple of. Oh, I dig my red, white, and blue. I have a couple of guitars, man, like Epiphone guitars. You know, it's just, I'm just a songwriter. You know what I'm saying? So like, I never was a guitar player, so I wasn't gonna spend coin on
Thousands of dollars or hundreds.
I wasn't gonna do it, man. I wasn't gonna do that. You
I
know?
mean, you're at least getting a mid grade though, right?
Right. And because I'm left-handed, so I had to fucking buy a mid-grade $350 one.
Right.
You know? So that's it, man. I'm just straight low-key with my shit.
I know.
Dude, he
know
got
what I
his.
mean?
I love it though.
Dude,
literally.
I am.
I love it.
He has a wish list bass right behind this curtain here. That sounds fantastic.
Wish.com, baby.
Yeah, I plugged it. I 100% plugged it. But it sounds good.
Wait. Wish like
Wish.com.
cheap ass like 50 cent type shit. Wish.
Yeah.
That red and white one.
That red and white one. We'll play it after this. You'll hear it. It sounds good.
I am stunned. I'm
Dude, it
stunned.
sounds good. We haven't plugged it in. But
I
it
was
sounds
shocked.
good.
I was shocked.
I haven't plugged it in.
We're not sure about the white trucks, but the bass sounds
I
fantastic.
plugged it in. It works.
You did? Does it sound as well
Shit.
it does?
That's hella. It's.
I was playing Earth, Wind, and Fire with that bad boy.
You
That's what I'm
weren't.
talking
Yeah, I
about.
was.
Show
I got
me.
video.
That was my first concert.
I got video of that shit, man.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I love
I
Earth,
looked
Wind, Fire.
No,
September.
I think it was.
September.
It wasn't September. It was Let's Groove.
That's another good one.
That one. It was a solid bass line, and that's what
Dude,
got me
all
to
those
want to play
guys. You get
bass.
all those guys
Fuck
when you
yeah.
see them? That's what got me. I was like, ooh, this is cool.
You're out. This is funky.
Boom, boom, boom.
Nobody was playing that shit in town, so I'm like, all right, I guess I'll go to metal, I guess.
Yep.
Get me some Earth, Wind, and Fire members. Fuck
Yeah.
I love it.
Scott, I don't see you doing that.
But what do you stand by?
So, I mean, I've got a ton of different guitars. I primarily use the Epiphones when I go out and play. Big reason is so I won't have to go on a shooting spree if somebody steals one of them. But
Valid, yeah.
But Seymour Duncan pickups are EMGs and everything I own. I think I have one guitar with DiMarzio's in it. Amplifiers. Over the last few years, I've started using a lot of modeling stuff because, like places like you guys were talking to Alturas.
Yeah.
Like I brought my 5152 to the Alturas, and I had to turn it at the wall.
Yeah.
To get it to turn it up decent enough to get any kind of tone out of it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm done with this. So.
Yeah.
But I have that amp. I have a couple of different PV amps. I really like the PV tube amps. That's kind of my thing. I've got like a slew of them at home. So.
Yeah.
And I've got a smaller orange tube amp that I use.
I love the orange. I like the oranges. I like the sound of them.
Yeah, they sound really good.
I would never record with a modeling amp, but there's some serious pros to bringing them to different size venues and weird stuff because you can get a predictable tone out of them.
You're like a professor over here.
Yeah. So
get you
the
a lab
professor.
coat.
Yeah. No, I'm like a total gear geek. I have more gear than I should.
Scalpel.
Yeah.
Scalpel.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, yeah, he's a gear geek.
I can't hear. I got cans on me. Ray?
I mean, in all honesty, I'm still such a baby to all of this stuff. So I'm still playing with a lot of gear. And a lot of what I have is like, I mean, Scott bought me my first bass.
That check?
And the Ibanez. So,
The purple one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I love it. I mean, the LTD that I've been playing, I love it. It needs to be set up better, and I know that I'll love it even more. And then like I have an SWR rack, and a carbon like cab, which is amazing, but it's so much power for these little venues.
Right.
Like it's just creates so much feedback. It's too much. So like for
Is this a
Lincoln
dubstep
Skinz-
show?
For real? Yeah, I could totally. And I mean, they have such great tone, and I don't have to have them up high to really get that tone out of it. But playing in a dive bar, the feedback that you get from the microphones and all of that when you have just a little too
Close
much power.
quarters, yeah.
Yeah. So I've been using was it Fender?
V?
What is
Fender
it?
V?
No, the
Jazz bass?
It's a combo.
Yeah,
Oh,
amp.
you're talking about amps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little combo amp.
Yeah.
Man.
And-
200 watt fucking Fender or something. I don't
Pawn
know
shop.
what it is.
Yeah.
Something, man.
Yeah.
But it's real small.
Oh yeah,
It's real small.
that's all you need. Yeah.
And it's perfect. It puts out great power and is perfect for that. So I'm still playing around with the gear. I like what I have, but
Yeah.
Do you change basses with each band, or like do
So
you have one that sounds better
my
for
hope
a certain?
is to have enough basses to play every tuning for each. So I need a few more.
Right. Yep, Scott,
So,
you got to get a bigger house.
But I try to stay consistent and not be tuning the same one over and over again. But,
But your guys' tuning is pretty much standard.
It's
through the-
standard and it's just drop D.
standard and
Yeah,
just
drop D.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we're messing with right now.
Yeah.
Nice. We also got another little chat in here from Christy Reynoso. Says Lincoln Skinz fans want a backyard party. BYOB.
I literally have wanted to do one of those for so fucking long.
I know. Those
So
are the
let's go.
funnest
Those
stuff.
are
Dude,
yeah.
that's
Some
We
of
should
those-
get
what I
a set
grew
up.
up
We should
on.
do that. I know. Me too.
I've wanted to do one so.
can't
I
do
mean,
that
Santa
here.
Cruz is the perfect place,
there's
but
a-
no one does
there's
that
certain
shit.
You
places.
can.
Dude,
Where
we just-
can we do it?
We just did one out in Dayton.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do
Oh,
one up
well,
like
fuck,
Pyramid
dude,
and
Dayton.
shit.
Yeah,
Like,
Shit.
dude, if you venture anywhere out of Reno Sparks area, you got Dayton, Yerington, you got Ferntucky out there.
Alabama.
for real.
Yeah,
Alabama.
Alabama. Yeah,
Alabama.
dude. If you venture anywhere outside, there's plenty of places to do that.
Tell us the party and we'll show.
Yeah,
Let's
Probably
Come
got
on.
something set up.
Let's-
Dude.
I
We'll
want
just
to
get
do
you
a
guys on
backyard
the
party.
bill.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
We'll play it.
Where's that place you guys played at out in Palomino?
At Palomino.
Yeah, in Palomino Valley.
Moonrock?
Oh, in California?
No, out here.
Up on Pyramid?
Mark Burnett's.
Oh, the
That's
Moon
what we were
Rocks.
gonna play
Yeah,
too.
the Moon
Moon
Rocks.
Rocks place.
Last August.
Just keep the mortars.
There you
out
go.
of your
Metal
hand.
on the
Yeah,
moon.
don't
Yeah,
set
those
off
are
fireworks.
Yeah, no, you can set off fireworks. Just don't hold them in your hand. I think that would be probably the best bet. They have launchers for those. I don't know if that tube that they come with.
Well, he was
like,
holding that. He thought he was launching
was?
the launcher.
Who the fuck lit that? 'Cause
This
that
is
guy
why
was
I
holding
hate
a beer and
fireworks.
he couldn't have lit it and held the beer at the same
Holy
time.
shit.
Unless he used his mouth,
just
which
telling
I
me
don't
about
see him
this
doing.
No, I
Oh,
think
I hate
somebody handed it to him.
fireworks.
Did he?
Fucking
Fireworks.
All right, well, that guy should get arrested.
Yeah,
man.
fuck
Who's
that
that
guy.
We should find out now. If anybody
Thanks-
has that
thanks,
name,
buddy.
go ahead and put it in the chat.
If anyone has his
Yeah,
ad,
from now on, he's gonna be like, "Fuck you, buddy." Fuck.
No, I think he still has a pinky. He might be-
Yeah.
Was it just his
Oh yeah.
Well, you can just go thumbs up.
Fuck you,
All right,
that guy. Fuck you.
Hey, thank you.
Fuck that poor
He pushed
bastard.
him off the thumb.
No, I've always
why?
cripples are fun.
Canceled.
And that's where we got
Literally,
canceled.
I was gonna say,
What happened?
What
We got
was that?
canceled.
What was that? There was that Tom Segura bit in one of his stand-ups. He's like, "Not all disabilities are funny, but some are." But yeah, you guys, we've had a lot of really amazing guests on here, a lot of metal bands, and you guys
Great musicians.
yeah,
dude.
great musicians, and you guys just fall right in line
Right
with
in
all
there,
this
dude.
great
You guys are in
talent
there.
that's out here in this town.
Thank you.
And going back to what he was talking about one of the reasons we do this, and when you think about when you guys are creating a band page or creating a platform to share your music on or whatever, you only get so much that you can tell. There's only so much that you can say. You know what I mean? And if there's anything that you can say to aspiring musicians in your position right now, what would you tell people?
Just stick with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
Keep doing
I
it.
started when I was 15, man, and I'm gonna be 55.
55.
I would just say, literally keep
Hey,
pushing.
just keep going.
Like, if you think you're at that point where you're like, I'm over it. Like, I can't find anything.
I
like,
still suck.
Whatever. That too. Shit. Like, I mean,
Well, that's where
literally
people end up
going.
stopping. They're
Well,
going, I
like,
suck. All right.
my thing was I've always played and I've always kept going and I've always wanted a band, you know, but some shit hit me to where I had to end up selling my kit to be able to live.
Right.
And I had to give that up,
Yeah.
you know, and I've always loved drumming.
Yeah.
I'll do it anytime I can. When I
Yeah.
first moved out here and I didn't have a kit, I went to Guitar Center every other weekend.
Right.
And I played the kits,
Yeah.
like just to get that, because it's in my blood.
Yep.
That's what I'm supposed to do. Like, I
Right.
know I'm meant to not only just be a drummer, but have a voice, like, within our band and be able to show people, like, we come from completely different things.
Yeah.
We're so many different people.
Yeah.
But when it comes to that sound, we're all one.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, like,
You never
That
have a
just
drum
don't
set,
give
by
up.
the way. If you ever need a drum set, you know where Scotty lives. You could just jump on my kit anytime.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Except it is left-handed setup.
But like
so
I
you
said,
know.
I wanted to give up right,
Right
there,
on.
you know? And, like, I found John and took off from there. So
Fellow
it's like,
left-handed musician.
Yeah.
just stick with it. Literally, do not give up. You could be at the fucking peak where you're like, maybe I'm not meant to do this. Like, maybe it's not my thing. Like, and you just start overthinking, and
Yeah.
you know, like,
And then you're
maybe let's
James
just do a
Hetfield.
9 to 5 thinking, right?
Right.
But then you meet a John,
Right.
and he pushes you through, and he makes you a better
Yeah,
musician.
those people that
and he
push
gives you the opportunity to have your name out in a completely different place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kickstart
from
my
being to
heart,
Santa
dude.
Cruz to Reno.
Kickstart my heart.
Like, shit.
Skydiving
and on
naked
the flip
from an
side of
airplane.
that, if I were to give advice to anybody, I mean, I was in my 30s when I started playing bass, and I talked to so many people that are maybe a few years older than me, maybe a few years younger than me, and they're like, I was gonna do that. And it's not too late ever.
Yeah.
And even if you're in your 60s or 70s, it stimulates your brain. You're doing something different. You're finally doing something. And I can't tell you how rewarding
Always.
it is to do something that you wanted to do for a long time and actually do it.
Yeah.
And just do it. Just pick it up, and you're gonna suck because you don't try to learn something that you are naturally good at.
Yeah.
And just keep pushing through, and don't let what you think is gonna stop you. Just do it.
True musicians will never stop. Like you said, selling your kit for, 'cause you had to
Literally,
pay,
like, that was the most heartbreaking thing, to literally walk into a music store and they gave me the lowest ball
yeah,
offer.
yeah. And you're
And they're like, here's
"Motherfucker."
this, and I'm like,
What is this, used cars?
do I want to live or do I want to, like,
What is
be
this,
on the
GameStop?
streets? Like, literally, at that
like
point,
picking
like, it
boards
was
on
a whole
that.
kit, you know, and, like, it fucking sucked, but I came out to Reno. I stayed in my zone. I tried to get a job. I tried to do the right thing, you know. I did the Guitar Center thing, whatever, and like I said, there's those things that are meant to be.
Yeah.
You know, and,
clicking
like,
with the same like-minded people, then you'll never.
That's what
you'll
I'm
never-
saying, and, like,
that's
John,
another
like,
thing. You
it
know,
was
if
it was great.
if you're out there and you're playing and you haven't played in a band yet, or you haven't even jammed with anybody yet, and you don't think you're good enough, just get in there and do it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because
That's how you get better.
That's how we
you
all
get
start.
better.
That's how I
That's how you
started.
get better.
I
Jumping
was
in.
so scared when
Yeah.
I first hit
Jump
up
in
John,
and do it.
and he was like, "Okay, in all honesty, ain't even gonna lie, I love your ass, but damn." He hit me up and he's all, "Come to the I'll meet me at the spot, and
Yeah,
we're gonna go to
because-
this warehouse."
because
And I was like,
Right.
like,
Okay.
I'm that guy.
"Yeah,
Yeah.
right." No, I'm just kidding.
I can
But
tell.
literally, he was like, "We're gonna go to this warehouse, whatever," and we like did our thing, and I played, and I'll never forget. Before even the singer said anything, John turned back and looked at me, and he was like.
Yeah. And once you
And
get
I just,
that, you're like,
I knew from there,
I
I was
know,
like,
yeah.
this gonna be something.
We're late.
You know? Yeah,
got
exactly.
you.
And like, we always stuck together, and like, for them to feel the same way.
Yeah.
And to have new people come in the band, but have the same goal and the same like aspect of like what you guys want to represent is everything. And that's so hard to find, but like, I don't know, like I said, they're just fallen, man. Like, they're fallen angels literally into our hands, because it's like people to just come in and be able to do that.
That's your
Yeah,
that's your
like,
manifest. Your manifest.
Yeah, like it comes in and it all pieces together eventually. I
get
think
it.
that's
Well,
right.
After you shout.
once you experience that zone once,
Right.
that's all it takes.
Yeah.
It's just one time.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's like any other hobby
And you
or
all
any
click.
else thing you do. You hit that one good golf shot, whatever you're into, right?
Yeah.
But once you're in that
done
zone
that.
once, in the pocket with the rest of the band, it's like you're hooked.
Oh yeah.
It
So
never
much
goes
fun.
away. That
I
feeling
love it.
never goes away.
It's the best drug on the planet.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking A. Well, thank you guys.
I was saying
Thanks
that
for
the
having
other,
us.
I was
That-
saying that the other
that's
day
awesome.
because we wanted to play. I was like, man, that's my fucking drug, dude.
Fucking A.
It
Oh,
is.
Gotta get on stage.
It is. And when you don't have it or you walk away for a while, you're like,
Fucking. Where's
That's
that
how we felt literally
like,
when
where's
we
that
had shit
shit
lined
at?
up and had to
Yeah.
drop it.
You're
You
like-
know, we
you're
were
all-
like,
Yeah.
huh?
You're walking down
Like,
the street playing on trash
Yeah,
cans.
literally, me and John, like, we were getting back and forth, and we were pissed because we couldn't play, and we were just like, can you practice? Can you practice? More practicing. Okay, practice.
I wish you guys would have came to the pool.
Like,
Dude, that shit.
like, we wanted to play
They
so
did play-
fucking bad.
They did
Like,
play at the-
Yeah, it was
yeah.
towards the end of it, because that was going for a while.
but,
That was the portal was everyone's like, I need my drug and it's not in
Yeah.
there.
But now we're here to kill it.
Right.
And I'm telling you, we're going to bring in, like, I feel like, especially too with Rachel, like, literally within a couple months, like, being able to get the shit down of what John had to play.
Yeah.
Like you said, from
Right.
picking it up.
Yep.
From what he had to play.
Right.
And then not even only that, but her having the idea and musician-wise having that experience to be able to throw in vocals.
Yeah.
On top of that,
Right.
she's basically doing John's job here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you, but like, you know, like, no.
The fuck you here for,
You get
John?
what I'm saying? Like,
John
she
just
out
got
here.
put on the bench.
Damn.
Shut the hell up.
Grab some pie.
Hey,
not
we
even
got
like
this,
that.
John.
Yeah.
It's okay now.
No,
I'm taking
like,
all my songs.
Right, yeah.
Grab some pie.
I'm taking these with me. They're mine.
Yeah.
She
I
out here,
delete
you
the
know,
You
files.
can take the kids, but you leave me my monkey.
Oh, fuck. she's out here, you know, and she's fucking just soaking it all in. And like for her to say, you know, she wanted to do drums and bass, and she has experience with singing, like, and to throw all that in and like add that to our band, and then on top of Bud, like with his experience and be able to just hop in like that.
yeah.
There's gonna be a new little twang.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's not even a new sound.
Yeah.
It's a twang.
Yep.
Because it's still gonna be Lincoln Skinz.
Yep, because
But
they're
there's
gonna
gonna
put-
be those points
they're
where
gonna
you're
put
like,
their flavor
okay,
in it.
thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly my point.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be great.
I think
Y'all
it's
a
gonna
bunch
be
of
great.
cooks in the kitchen.
Dude, you
Exactly.
guys.
Spices.
Oh, doing
Salt Bay.
Yeah, right.
Salt
guys.
Bay.
I think it's gonna be great, dude. I can't wait to hear what you guys come
gonna
up
be
with, dude.
Absolutely. There's so much to look forward to, and we're really excited. And I
Yeah.
hope the fans out there, if you guys, you know, anybody who was listening to we're about to begin the podcast, we were playing your guys' tracks so that people can get a taste of what to expect of Lincoln Skinz.
And where can they find that?
And you guys can find it on Reverb Nation, Spotify.
Spotify, Apple Music. You can find it literally if you
everywhere.
just go on Google and look up Lincoln Skinz, will show up.
With a Z.
Like, yeah, that's the thing right there.
With
it's
a
Lincoln
Z.
Skinz with a Z at the end.
right?
No
Z.
S. With a Z, baby.
It's
okay?
in the title. We got it in the title.
Yeah,
With a
right.
Z.
Cool.
It's,
We got you. We got you.
Oh
right
yeah.
there.
Speaking of that, you guys got a sticker at the table.
Yeah, you got to stick at the
Yeah.
table.
Oh,
It's
cool.
Yeah.
it's customary that we have you guys bring on your band stickers and throw them on the podcast table to show we was here.
Where
Yep.
do you want to, where are you guys feeling
where
it?
That's,
put it.
that's all up to
That's
you.
all
just help you
We're
out.
leaving that
Throw
up
that
to you.
bad boy.
Bam.
I'll just help you out on it.
Every single one of you
I'm
take
really
one
feeling
and
it
fucking
right
throw
now.
one on
Motherfucker,
there.
where
Just
you
grab
at?
another one, John.
Oh, just do one?
Just do another
Alright,
one. We'll do another one. We'll do two for you guys.
Where do you want it, Phil?
I got one. I got my own.
Okay, cool. We're
got
doing
my
double
own
time,
motherfucker.
baby.
Oh. There you go.
Bam.
Nice.
Right.
Lincoln Skinz was here.
Yeah.
Right on, man.
Hell yeah.
All the stickers are gonna be on one side of the table.
Yeah, I know
You're gonna
that.
have to switch sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll twist it around.
Well,
don't
yeah,
worry.
we'll move it. Yeah. This thing's on a swivel. You didn't know that?
Yeah.
My bad.
But you know, thank you guys for all
Thank
of
you,
your
man.
words of wisdom.
Oh, shit.
You know, because
Oh, yeah.
yeah. You just set that
I
anywhere.
know, right? Yeah. What a good time.
No, yeah. So the big thing we've done, we're gonna do a lot of you know, great things with this podcast, and you guys are helping us out. We love to help support you guys.
Yeah.
But another thing, and we keep talking a lot about you know, our God, a word escapes me.
Words are hard.
I know. Words are hard.
Words are hard.
Fucking inspirations,
Hey.
right? And we do a segment on this podcast where we do our Mount Rushmores. All right, now, fucking A, this has always been the hardest goddamn thing on the every goddamn episode. So let's try to set the record straight here, okay? So you could do one of two things. You can either say, look, this whole band inspired me, and that whole band name goes up on your Mount Rushmore, or it can be a particular artist individually. Either way is fine. And if you want to do all bands or you want to do all artists, you can do that. But remember, Mount Rushmore is 4. What is your
He
top
took
4?
my man. Let's see if it works.
Okay, let's
Yeah, let's see
I'm
if
gonna
it works.
pass this one up to you.
Oh, that's fucked
Come
up.
on, man.
That's fucked up.
Start it off.
I'd say this band.
This
Definitely.
band.
Definitely. This band.
All right. Lincoln Skinz up there on the Mount Rushmore.
For real.
First person to do that, by the way.
First person.
We have
I'm
a
telling
trophy.
you,
We have a
it's-
trophy somewhere.
It's this band right here.
There it is.
Oh my god, yeah! Not the
Got you,
cleaning
trophy.
duster. The cleaning duster
been a
from
first.
Office Depot. We're
It's
not
a prestige
sponsored.
award.
It is.
Yeah, what a
you go.
time. I love
There
that.
you go.
What a beautiful time. Okay, so we need to do 4, you said? I have to do 4? Or can we
For
spread it?
artist slash-
Well, there are 4 of you.
Yeah, no,
In
look
any
for
way
what-
you
You
want.
go for it. I
I've
said
already
us.
done it before.
Valid.
Nickelback.
Son of a
Air
bitch.
Supply.
I do
It could
like.
be a
Hey, I do
reverse
like some
Mount
Chad.
Rushmore.
Duncan Sheik.
Duncan Sheik. That's awesome.
Menudo. That's fine.
Menudo and
Ooh.
Eagle Eye Cherry.
Oh. Eagle Eye Terry.
illegal.
Save tonight.
Illegal.
Hootie and the Blowfish. Nah.
Yeah, so I think for me, like the Space Ace made me want to pick up a guitar when I was a kid because I'm in that age group.
We're still going to space, by the way. I'm just letting you know.
By the way.
Yeah.
Elon Musk just went there.
Just
Van
saying.
Halen,
He's annoying.
Van Halen.
Randy Rhoads,
I
and
can't.
then probably real between probably George Lynch and Michael Schenker.
Ooh.
So real close.
That's a
Yeah.
tough one, yeah.
So there's mine.
That's cool,
Nice.
man.
Oh
That's
yeah, this
cool.
band
That's
too
cool.
on his shirt, Black Sabbath.
Anything Ozzy.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's your
say
two.
That's my
There's your
boyfriend.
two, man.
It's fine. That's my man. He's 7 years
know
old.
what,
can't
it's
even
gonna
talk.
And he's
be-
still fucking right. That
It's going to be all the
goddamn-
left-handed musicians
What a
that are, like I said, Tony Iommi and Jimi Hendrix and Kurt Cobain and Paul McCartney.
Oh, can I also say Lars Ulrich
All
because
them.
he's small, like me? Okay, and
He's
he
like
plays
5
hard.
foot tall.
Sup,
Thank
dude?
you.
Hey.
Me.
Joey Jordison was the same.
He was
only
tiny,
5'2".
Okay, well I need to look him up, but I love him too because he's the same size.
I think
so it's
you'll
fine.
drummers. Joey Jordison.
Okay.
Yeah, look him up.
Rest in peace.
All right.
Yeah, rest in peace. He just died actually last year.
Yeah,
But
dude.
yeah, look him up.
I'll definitely.
Amazing drummer.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah.
Rachel,
I mean,
it-
it's probably
was-
gonna be totally different from the last.
I know
Yeah,
that's why I
and
want to
that-
hear it
I told you.
because we're gonna go back.
We'll do compare them
Yeah.
back to back. I mean, just sitting here thinking like, so Hailstorm, it wasn't a band that I really got into until I saw them live, and I mean Lizzie Hale's voice, to hear her on stage,
Fucking powerhouse.
she is such a powerhouse, playing and singing, her art, like it just everything in a package of a female musician that you could really ask for. And I mean, you see interviews with her and she just seems like a really down to earth person as well.
right.
So like kind
No
of
big
mixing
ass
that all
ego?
together. Yeah. I'm sure this is the same. Lamb of God is just one that's been on my list for, and I mean everything about the music and trying to, which hopefully I can, one of my many things that I want to work on is the pick playing and being able to bring that in more. God, I mean, you can't go without like Alice in Chains, like that grunge. Also like the basis of my playing was, I mean, I learned
Yeah.
so many Alice in Chains songs,
Right.
but I also grew up, fell asleep. And I mean, I would put in there Nirvana too, like those bass heavy grunge, pull you in, grow up to just shape how you know and see and
Yeah,
hear
the
music.
nostalgia.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like the filter through which I grew up listening to music were those things.
There's a punk rock backgrounds too.
Yeah.
Good time.
Good time.
Fucking A.
Jazz, you still have 2, John. You have 2 now because you
No,
brought.
he named all 4. John named all the lefties.
Oh, that's right.
All them lefties.
Okay, so I said Lars and Skinz.
And then Black Sabbath.
Yeah, and Black Sabbath.
One more.
Honestly, it's kind of like a mix because, like, I feel like some songs are the same vibe between Metallica and Tool. Just not within, like, breaking it down in the chorus and everything else, but within, like, cymbal work-wise.
Right.
And bringing in slower pace stuff, breaking down
Polyrhythms.
within songs. Yeah, like, because it's not all the same. Like, Tool goes 10 times fucking harder than
Right.
Metallica would.
Right.
But the thing is, like, they do a lot of the same cymbal work when it comes to bringing in songs. So, like, I mean, I would say Metallica more only because it's kind of the vibe that I'm trying to bring to the band, to where I don't want to play, like, super slow.
Right.
But like I want to bring in like not only fast paced but a little vibe into it, like
Right.
a little more rhythm than just constant.
Just your straight
You know,
4/4.
so it's like
One trick
there's
pony.
the
Right.
only reason,
See,
like I
probably
mean,
couldn't follow Danny Carey anyway.
well,
so-
like
No shit, huh?
I love Tool because they do like a lot of cymbal work and they do a lot of drum roll stuff and a lot of tom tom stuff.
Yeah, well, the
But-
time signatures change from his cymbals to his feet.
Yeah, like it's
it's different. So he usually has like 2 or 3 patterns.
He's
going
a
on at once.
fucking
So he
drumming
has a
computer.
pattern on his cymbals, a pattern on his snare and toms.
that's what I'm
and then a
saying.
pattern
Yeah,
on his
but then
feet.
it's like if you go and you listen to Metallica, some of the times when you hear the cymbals going off or the hi hat,
Right.
a certain like a rhythm to it or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
like you kind of feel like that vibe. But the thing is like 46 and 2
Yeah.
for Tool
Yeah.
was like my peak. I was
Right.
like, I love it because it's a lot of cymbal work.
Yeah, yeah,
You slowly bring it in,
yeah.
you know. But like I said, they go a lot
That's
harder.
jazz influence. So
Yeah,
there's a lot of jazz
exactly.
work in
Yeah,
that.
and that's why I like it because it's like my great great grandma. That's what she was.
Jazz
she
players?
yeah, she played with brushes. She did
Yep.
all that. She played with tambourines, certain little
Yep.
bongos with her little friend named Charles who had a piano. Like they did their little gigs. You know what I'm saying? Like
Was he
they were.
blind?
I don't even know. I mean, I hope so. Shit, they're making more money out there. But like,
If
they
it
were
wa-
doing their own vibe. You know, like. I'm fucking trying. But like no, for real, like it's just it's so cool to just be able to go off all these different bands that I've listened
Yeah,
to. System
yeah.
of the Down, Tool,
Right,
Metallica. Like
right.
it's different in its own
Yep.
entities, but it all means the same to me. It all
Right.
absorbs the same to
Yep.
me, you know, and like I can't really pick just 4.
Yeah, it's
Like
hard.
I said, I'm so in a wide of genre where I can't
Yeah.
just pick one.
Oh, I know,
Because
yeah.
like, how do you go from Elvis to being in a punk
Yeah.
rock band? Like I literally try. Like I can't even top my mans. I can't even say that. But I try to look like 50s and Greaser and like my mans when I go to shows, you
Yep.
know, and like they all know that.
Yeah.
Like I show up like a
whole
50s Greaser
crybaby
vibe.
vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, but then too,
Get
you're
that
playing,
soch.
but like you're playing punk rock in that outfit.
Right,
Like
right.
not a lot of people would.
Though. That's how I see that.
Yeah, like not a lot of people expect that, you know. Like
Yeah.
I'm over here looking like a greaser, and they think I'm just some kid trying to sneak up
No,
in the
that's
bar
cool
and
as
shit. But
shit.
then I go end up playing the kit,
I
and they're
like
like,
Yeah.
because I'm in a bowling shirt,
Right, yeah.
Like you know what I mean? It's just I love to bring that different entity into this type of world.
I think it's great.
because it's
I think
so
it's great.
unexpected.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good times.
Oh, yeah.
There's an Elvis movie coming out. The Elvis movie.
Don't even get me started on
Is
that
it
because
really?
literally the actor playing in it, I would have fucked him up. I hate Austin Butler,
They
and
did
he's
it?
playing my man.
Are you serious?
Fuck you.
All right, whoever casted that shit.
Tom Hanks is the.
Tom Hanks,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
he's great.
Manager?
Austin Butler needs to go home.
Oh yeah,
Colonel?
see, no, they
Tom
put-
Hanks is the colonel.
Do you know the guy in your new movie that you think is your boyfriend, Top Gun, Miles Teller? Yeah, he should have played Elvis, not Austin Butler.
Oh, see, they should
They
have
look
had you on
way
the
more
casting,
alike.
Dude. They should have had you on the casting.
I fucking wish.
Tom Cruise can do no wrong.
It's just
you
I'm
say Tom
going to
Cruise?
see the movie because that's my
Tom
man's,
Cruise.
but
Oh shit, I'm fucking. I can't hear you.
I
got
can't.
cans on, dude.
I can't with the actor. It's not happening. I literally threw a conniption fit when I got home from work when I
Yeah.
found out who was playing
Yeah,
him.
you're throwing over tables.
I
and
literally-
shit, motherfuckers.
I have Elvis all along my house, and I'm like, "Are you fucking
Yeah.
serious?"
Just talking to the
Yeah.
cardboard cutout, going,
against the wall.
"No one will ever replace you."
Literally, like, and then too, the fact that everyone's like, "A star's stunt performance, a star is born." Austin did so good.
They could have just went down to Vegas and picked somebody up. Really.
That's literally what my aunt said. Thank you.
Right down.
Thank you.
Right, Las Vegas Boulevard. They could have picked up
I
three
just,
or four of them.
oh
fuckers.
my, like I said, I'm gonna go because that's my man's. But like, they really had to cast the one actor I don't fuck with in the movie I want to see. Like, that's
I'm with
fucked
you on
up.
it. Yep.
It's fucked up.
If they got the wrong
That's all I gotta say.
I'm with Jazz.
I'm pissed.
I'll get fucking.
I'm with
pissed.
Jazz.
I'm with Jazz.
Don't you have a Elvis tattoo?
Oh, I do.
You do? Oh, we
Yeah.
should talk about tattoos. We don't
That's
talk
my
about
boyfriend.
tattoos.
I want to get a whole sleeve, but I haven't. But yeah, when I was backstory,
could black it
when
out
I
like
was
that.
just
Yeah.
turned 18, and me and my mom got in a really big fight.
Yeah.
I decided to go to San Jose and get a tattoo.
Yeah.
Such a
Thanks,
bitch.
Mom.
Such a bitch. So I go to this fucking jank ass tattoo spot right by like this sketchy ass park, and I go and I get my Elvis Presley tattoo.
Where'd you get the
his
autograph from?
signature, huh?
I literally looked up for months
Really?
before I got mad at my mom because I wanted it always.
Yeah.
And I made sure it was the exact
It's
signature.
legit then.
Yeah, so I had one of my coworkers go to Graceland for me.
Yeah. No shit.
No shit. And he
seen it in
specifically got the exact signature for Elvis Presley. Damn. And I made sure I got what I wanted. And then I brought it to the tattoo artist, and he adjusted it probably like 7 times. And he was so over me.
Yeah, well, because you were probably like, no, that's not right.
I was so fucking picky. I was like, I don't want it that big.
Yeah.
I don't want it that angle.
Yeah.
No, can you make it smaller?
Yeah.
Like, he was so fucking over me. And then finally,
You're
he
paying
got
for
it
that
right.
shit.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying,
I
right?
paid for you. You work for me, motherfucker.
So he goes
You
and
work
he
for me.
fucking puts the outline on me, right? And he's all, are you ready? And I'm all, no. And he starts. 0 fucks, does not care.
Yeah, and you're not moving your arm at that time.
I'm literally
You're like,
screaming
all right,
opera
sorry,
because this shit fucking hurts, and I'm just pissed off. So yeah, literally, I was like, no, like just going.
You
off.
and Ray could have did a whole song right there. You should have.
That's what I'm saying, you know. But like, I got that tattoo, and I want to get a whole fucking sleeve, but I'm just picky, so I haven't yet.
Well,
but
good thing you're not looking for a portrait.
that's my thing. Is I'm so scared.
Dude.
For a whole sleeve.
Yeah,
I'm so
you
scared.
gotta pay $5,000 for a goddamn fucking Elvis photo.
Half the time they do it too, they fuck up his nose
Oh,
and
yeah,
his
yeah.
eyes,
You're
and
like,
he
I asked
literally
for
will be
Elvis,
like
not
this.
Pinocchio.
Like,
What the
bro,
hell is going on here?
who the hell?
Yeah.
Like,
Wow,
this
that's a-
right
yeah,
here
that's a
is
great
not
picture of
Elvis.
Sloth.
Like, why are you playing? It's fucking terrible.
You're like, what are you, Picasso?
Sloth from
Get
the
fuck outta
Goonies. I
here.
love that movie.
Thank
That-
you.
no.
With a fucking pompadour.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
My
That's
kid
not
could do this
Elvis.
better.
Thank you. Like, fuck that shit. God. But yeah, that's my man's.
Hell yeah.
It could
I'm
be
all down.
worse.
I'm down for Elvis.
Could be worse. You could get shitty ones and then black it out like I did.
What do you mean? That wasn't the first tattoo?
No, yeah, it was. Yeah, I was trying to go the opposite of Michael Jackson.
Everybody has those
Oh
first.
my
Yeah.
Really not looking forward to my
Cancel
face.
twice.
Do you have to go there?
I'm fucking
Let me just tell
Cancel
you.
twice.
Let me tell you, the scrotum,
Yeah.
not fun.
Yeah, let me hear that voice real quick.
Oh, fuck.
I'm just trying to have
a breathing.
Where's blanket?
Oh, shit.
It's the taint that really.
The taint. Yeah.
Remember
you know.
the scene
Just the close up.
Oh, no. I swear.
I feel bad more for the artist.
Yeah.
You know,
How's it smell down
Depends on the art.
he was like, "Relax, I'm like, you don't want me to do
there?
that."
Like I'm sweating. Keep slipping. Fuck.
But seriously, thank you guys
Yes,
so
thank
much
you
for
very
being
much.
on here. That was awesome. You guys have a show coming up in August. Where's that at again?
Matador Lounge.
The Matador Lounge. Who you guys playing with?
They don't know yet.
Oh, TBD.
Yeah. Yeah, got to work on that. But
Right.
yeah, that's
Cool.
what's coming up.
Well, thank you guys so much for being on here. It's been a pleasure meeting you guys.
Yes.
Thank you
for
so
having
much
us.
Appreciate
again.
it, man.
Thank you very
No,
much.
absolutely. So, thank you guys for tuning in. For everyone who's collectively been on the chat, Scott back there on the chat. Thank you everyone who's been subscribe, and if you haven't
Ron
yet,
Lupe.
go to the channel, subscribe, follow, hit that
Christy.
notification bell.
Like a Skinz,
Everybody who
baby.
had hit up in the chat, thank you guys so much for interacting with this episode. This concludes this episode 19 of the Dark Figures
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
We'll see you next week. Thank you very much.